Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new video here on the channel. Today we're continuing our Tales of Zazitaliah, and we've got quite an interesting game for you. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you do, go ahead and press that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into the video. Alright, so last we left off, you guys helped the Ghoul King, or Ghoul Master rather, put down his beloved arena pet. You brought him the horn, and you kept one horn. Then he released you, said you're free to go. You've become a friend to the city where you get discounts at the merchants. You have a sigil to prove this. You ended up celebrating in the tavern where Deadwolf made a new friend who challenged him to an arena battle the next day. You guys ended up going to bed while Deadwolf went and talked to the shopkeep, found out about applying the hide to some armor, figured out he couldn't really do it on himself because of the metal conductivity. And so he went back, returned, and went to sleep. And now it is the next morning. You all wake up feeling refreshed.
Question. Do I have a hangover?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I would say no. You, got sick or drunk off that one drink, but that's not enough to give you a hangover.
Okay. I'm gonna go down and get some bites.
Giving us food poisoning when we drink some freaking alcohol.
Well,
That's not right.
didn't affect anybody else.
I know. I'm joking about the mechanic.
So you head downstairs. You get to the tavern, and I'm assuming you're gonna sit on a table, or sit at a table. Okay. So as you sit down, the ghoul comes up to you. What do you be having?
Cooked meat.
Cooked? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Anything else?
What else you got?
Well, we got flies, we got bloats, we got worms, we got all kinds of things.
Do you have any breads?
He seems to ponder a moment. You know, I think somebody left some here. I think we might be able to accommodate you.
Yeah, I'll take some breads too then. Thank you very much.
Alright, cooked meat and bread. Gotcha.
What are any of the shops open by this time?
I would say likely yes.
Okay. Then where's I'm gonna go downstairs. I'll be downstairs too. Is anybody else downstairs?
I guess with your loud ass, Zaratotha wakes up as you're going down and follows you.
Hold on, we'll see. We'll see if I was loud. Okay, we'll see about that, sir. Looks like I was loud.
In fact, you probably tripped and hit your face on the door, startling him awake. Are you okay?
Nothing. I'll just go downstairs.
And he'll go down as well. And I think Alma said she's going down. Okay. So as you three get downstairs, you see the little halfling Alejandra sitting at the table talking to a ghoul who looks like he's about to walk away.
Hey, peoples, I get us some cooked meat and some breads.
Thank you.
Very
You're
nice.
welcome.
The ghoul looks back at you and says, "Oh, it's for how many? I thought it was just a little one."
I need some for, the cooked meat only has to be for 3, because one likes eating it raw. And he probably won't eat no bread. So cooked meat for 3 peoples and some bread for 3 peoples and raw meat for 1 peoples.
No, I don't need any of that raw meat. I don't trust it. I'm the worst.
Oh, cooked,
I didn't kill
cooked meat and bread for cooked meats and breads for 4 peoples, please.
Or 3.5. Gotcha.
Hey, I'm a whole people.
Sure you are.
I mean, not technically. Well, anyways, I learned something yesterday. There's a smithy that can take that electrified hide that I have and turn it into armor. So I was thinking that if Kafir wants to, we can go there. He needs to measure you, but he can fit this and make you like an armor that'll protect you. And he probably has other stuff too that we might want to look at buying. Because I think our weapons and stuff are starting to get a little broken.
Yeah, I think it might be a good idea to at least see what he has now that we've gotten all this extra money.
Yeah, I think it's worth a shot.
I mean, his prices might be shocking.
I can't hear it conferred.
Said agree.
So after a moment, the
Yeah.
ghoul comes back out with 4 plates of cooked meat, and he sets a kind of a loaf, kind of like a French loaf of bread. He places it down, and you hear a thud.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr. Sword.
No problem. Anytime. Okay, so you dig into the meat. It tastes pretty good.
Delicious.
Who's going for the bread?
I tried one little piece of a bread.
Roll me a strength check.
I want to examine that bread.
You can't seem to break a piece off.
Is that hard?
Tough bread.
Can I try picking up the bread and banging it on the table?
You do, and it is very loud. Everybody kind of turns and looks at you.
And it still don't break me then?
No.
Okay, people, I guess we get no breads.
You sure? Did you try to like bite it and eat it?
I tried picking a piece off. It just don't come. You Mr. Strongman that's gonna fight today. You wanna take the bite off of it?
Nope. It doesn't look good. I looked at it. It doesn't look like good bread.
So Zara gets up, goes over to the bar, gets some water, and comes back. And he starts soaking an end of it in water.
Oh, he's rehydrating the bread.
Is that gonna make it soft again?
After a moment, he pulls it out and hands it to Oleandra and says, "Here, try now."
And I try now.
And you're able to take off a soggy piece of bread.
Ooh, I got bread now. It's just salty, but it's bread.
And as you're eating it, you kind of hear the ghoul snickering. After 200 years, I guess it's still good.
What?
Hers.
We should probably save some of that bread. If it lasted 200 years, who knows what this stuff is made out of.
Oh, she'll find out later.
Gonna be a nasty poop.
I need like 5 constitution checks for this poop.
Oh my goodness. You can die from pooping. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're all done eating. You guys want to go over to this smithy place?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. I'll lead everyone over there.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
right here somewhere. It's one of these buildings somewhere.
It's exactly this one, to be exact.
Ta-da. Oh my, I forgot what this guy's name was.
Alright, so as you guys arrive there, the ghoul looks up and recognizes Deadwolf. Oh, you're back. Welcome. So which one am I measuring?
This one. Kafir.
Alright, if you will, just stand there with your arms straight out. Basically a T-pose. Right, and as you do that, a wisp comes and starts circling your body.
Oh, that's cool.
And after about 30 seconds or so, it's finished. It goes back over to him. You hear a noise. You can't quite make out anything other than it being a noise. And he says, "Oh, yes, that's perfect. After looking at that hide yesterday, that'll be a perfect fit. I won't really have much scraps left, but it'll be a good fit."
Okay, let me make sure to take that hide out of my inventory now. Okay. Change like ledger.
Should be able to have that ready by this evening.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what else he has, guys. Do you want to tell us what else you have?
I have lots of wares. What are you looking for? Anything in particular?
Zara?
Look around and see what he has.
Be the same.
What kind of one-hand maces do you have? Well, if you look over on that rack, you'll find all the one-hand maces. My brother's not around, but if you wait about an hour, he can identify the magic on them for you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, he's getting ready for the gladiator match. He's a bettor, you see, and they're about to get all the bets in before the matches start in 2 hours. So, yeah, he should be back in about an hour.
Where do we bet?
The arena.
Okay, because I have to go there after this. strongest being to ever walk this plane of existence.
Don't forget to tell him about how you killed 1,000 wolves.
I did. See, my stories are told amongst everyone.
So with that being said, and his brother not being there to be able to tell you exactly what these items are, do you want to continue browsing, or do you want to come back?
Which items were they?
Let's say come back.
Any magic
Yeah.
items, basically, in his
Yeah,
shop.
I'm gonna come back.
Because
Oh,
my staff
he-
is considered magic,
Sorry, what was that?
right? My staff would be considered as magic, right?
Is your staff? I think your staff isn't, but he
Oh,
might
just a
have
regular
staffs
one, yeah.
there that are magic. Basically, he's saying he can't really tell you the properties of them magically, so
Okay.
it'd be hard to sell them to you.
Yeah, I'd rather wait.
I
Oh,
would
wait,
too.
so he has stuff in stock. He just doesn't know what it does.
His brother.
He
does,
knows the
so-
physical properties, but he does not know the magical properties. His
Okay,
brother
so what
takes
was-
care of that.
So what was the armor that he was telling me about? I'm gonna ask him about that armor that he was telling me about yesterday. Like, you know, all this,
Yes.
Armor.
That is the Kepper armor. And it has been known with its material to stay much quieter than plate.
But it has the same properties as plate.
It is just as strong as plate, yes.
And how much does that cost?
So for the full suit, it would be 300 gold.
I want it. Can I have this?
Alright, let me just go dig that out the back. Give me just a moment. So he goes back in the shop and you hear him walking in. You don't really hear anything though, once he gets in there. And then you hear him walking back out. And he gives you, it looks metallic, but it kind of looks like a cross between metal and obsidian. And he hands you the armor and says, "This should fit. If it doesn't, we can alter it, of course."
Ooh, fancy.
Very fancy. Man, I don't know where. I'm trying to find where that heavy armor is on my sheet that makes me have disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but what we can do is, I mean, it's automatically rolls at
Ignore.
disadvantage for it. We just ignore
Yeah.
the low roll.
Yeah. Yep.
Simple
that's the
enough.
easy way. Okay. So, what do you guys want?
Mm,
Well, I guess maybe we should go check out the competition for you there, Dead Wolf.
yeah, we should. Yeah, we should go check out the competition.
Oh yes. Let's go to the arena. What you guys want to do? You
Yeah,
guys are just
you
so
think-
excited. You guys are just as excited to me to see that guy.
Do you think I can fight in the competition?
Maybe.
The ghoul overhears you and says, "Well, anybody's eligible to get in. You just have to pay your buy-in of 1 gold."
Thinking about it.
I'm good.
I'd probably get.
I'm not ready to get my ass kicked.
I'm always ready to die.
Alright, so I guess you all head to the arena.
Yeah.
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 Alright. So, as you all get there, it is very crowded. There are many, many people here. Some look on the up and some look a little bit shadier. As you get to the entrance, there's guards posted, and there's a sign that says "Bets this way," which has you go to this area right here.
Where's the? Is there a sign for sign up area too, or is it all in one spot?
I guess it's all in one spot. There's no sign listed.
Okay. I'm gonna head over there. While I'm
Alright.
heading through here, do I see that wolf guy anywhere?
You do well. Roll me a perception.
He might be in some better quarters somewhere. More than likely.
You are fairly certain that you have not seen this gentleman.
Oh, and by the way, so we don't forget, I put that leather armor. I don't know what I did with the heavy armor. I'm carrying it still. Could I have sold it to that guy or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd probably be worth
am I
about
still
30 gold.
Capable of carrying it. Okay. I'm just gonna sell it to him. That way I don't have to think about it. Or it
Yeah,
said that I
I'll sell it
have
for
sold
30.
Or gave it to him. Because I wouldn't have cared. Okay. What do you guys
Alright,
want to do?
so as you.
Going over here?
Yeah, is it just Dead Wolf going over there?
No, I'm going to.
You're gonna come sign up too? Okay.
I'm gonna stay behind.
I'm good.
Okay.
Alright, so as you two roll up there, you see a queue, a line, and basically it's a window without glass, just an open, I guess, half door under him. And a ghoul's there with his transactions. You wait a little bit. The person in front of you is a half ogre. Big, kind of intimidating guy. He gets up to the window. Haha! I'm ready to sign up. Okay, 1 gold. Name? Bockham? Bockham? What kind of name is that? Well, if you don't know, then I can balk you and you find out. What? Clearly this one's intelligence is very high. Yeah, me smart, yeah. Okay, well, here's your registration. Are you gonna make a bet? Bockham bet Bockham. How much are you gonna bet? And he just kind of puts coins down. I don't know. Bet that. So the ghoul takes them out and starts counting. Okay, 50 gold. Gotcha. Next. Bockham done? Yes, Bockham done. Okay.
Okay, now Bockham, save some for the rest of us.
So Bockham starts clumsily footed, like heavy pounding. Even though it's like freaking sand, you can still hear his foot stomps. Starts going back towards the arena. You go up, Mr. Deadwolf, you go up and it says, yes.
I need to sign up for fighting in this tournament. You've probably heard of me, as everyone's heard of me, obviously. I'm Deadwolf, Slayer of 1,000 wolves. And
You're
I'm
dead?
here to challenge.
You look alive to me.
Yes, but only for the moment. That's the trick, okay? Only for the moment.
He's not
And
wrong.
Not the moment.
Okay, Deadwolf, are you betting?
Maybe. Are you signing up, Alejandra?
Yeah, I'm signing up.
Okay, I'm gonna give my 1 gold to sign me up. And I have to ask him, like, how do I challenge the the champion.
You win.
So we just win until we fight the champion, because he's specifically called me out and wants to challenge me today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
You win.
Mhm.
And if you're good enough, you face him.
Okay. Okay, I'll let
Okay.
Alejandra come up and do her thing.
Sign up to fight in an arena.
He stands up and looks out the window down at you. You want to fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight in an arena.
I can see you're only half a person, but do you only have half a mind too?
I'm a whole person and I have a whole mind and I want to fight in an arena.
Believe me, guy, there's a whole lot of mind and a whole lot of mouth there that never stops going. It just keeps on going, and it keeps on eating lots of food. So much food this little thing eats, you'd think she was a giant.
Name?
Alejandra.
You betting?
Giant.
I'm betting 2 gold on my own self.
Okay. He gives you each numbers. Deadwolf. You're number 5.
I'm gonna ask Alejandra. I'm like, go ask Zaratoth if he's gonna bet on me, because we know I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win, but okay, I'll ask.
Before you leave, he gives you the number 8.
The dead wolf's 5.
Okay, while she's gone and nobody knows, I'm gonna do something.
I'm gonna go ask. I'm gonna go ask
You'll-
Zaratoth.
Okay, go ask Zaratoth, and then I'm gonna do something.
Zaratoth, dead wolf wanna know if you wanna bet on him.
He
He
said,
said,
who you
you
know,
know
he's
he's gonna win, even though
chances
chances
are
are very
low.
low. And I'm gonna kick his ass when it's my turn. But he still wanna know you're gonna bet on him.
Roll a deception.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it deception?
Because she claims that you said that you were probably going to lose to her, but that he should still bet on you.
Oh. I didn't hear that part.
And Zara believed you.
Okay.
Um,
So what's Zara doing?
I'm
You still don't. It's up
I
to
don't-
you, I guess.
remember much of my past life, but I don't feel like I was ever a better. It just doesn't have any interest to me.
Okay, I tell him.
Okay, while she's gone, I can bet on anybody, right?
Yeah,
As many times as I want.
it's
and
for
as many people as I
overall.
want. But I could put like some money down on if this person wins, some money down on if this person
Yes,
wins.
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put 100 gold down on me winning. What's the? I'm gonna ask him like, what's the yield? Like, if I put 100 gold down, and I win, or whoever I bet 100 gold on, if they win, how much money do I get back from the win?
It's the pot.
What's the pot?
That depends on how many people bet.
Okay, so in this case, then, if more than likely a lot of people are going to be betting on champion, to
Right.
win. So there's going to be a lot of people in that pot. So that means that the distributed wealth wouldn't be. It'd at least be equal to what they put in.
It would be
But
the
how
entire
much?
pot. So if 10
Yeah, but there's
people
like
put in
yeah, yeah.
100 gold, that's
Yeah.
1,000 gold, and you win, you get 1,000 gold. Nobody
But
else
those
gets
10
anything.
Those 10 people that won get 1,000 gold.
Everybody bets on themselves.
Nobody. Yeah, but like the people that aren't fighting, that are betting, they're betting on probably the champion.
Oh, if you
Right.
want to bet over that, you've got to find something else. That's not sanctioned. Only fighters can bet.
Oh, only fighters can bet.
Yes. I hear there's some shady types out there that will handle non-fighting bets, but in here, it's fighters only.
Okay, so only the fighters can win the money. Okay, so that makes more sense. And more than likely, pretty much everyone's putting money on themselves. Okay, I'm putting 100 gold on me, and then I'm gonna put 100 gold on the wolf man that I'm gonna fight at the end. If I even make it that far.
Okay. All right.
Yay, I have 39 gold left.
Die.
And he gave me a ticket. What was the number?
5.
Yeah, your ticket number is 5.
So Zara can't even bet. That's what I just found out. Okay. So I'll head back over to everyone and I'm like, okay, so it turns out only people fighting can bet. So that's good
Oh,
to know.
well, I wasn't really interested anyway, so.
Well, more money for me.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm clearly the winner.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh. Watch it come down to like me and Z each other fighting against each other at the very end.
I lose.
It's gonna be funny no matter what. Like however it goes down, it's gonna be fun no matter what. But
Because
It'll
you
be
know that's
fun
gonna be that
watching
one time when I'm gonna use my spell.
That's all that was going through my
Oh,
head.
shit. Is it? Oh fuck, we didn't ask. How does the arena even work?
Everything goes.
But is it like? But are
That-
all of us in the ring at once, fighting each other at once, or is it one-on-one?
No, it's
one-on-one?
gladiatorial one-on-ones.
Okay.
Like a ladder system.
Okay, I thought you.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of remember you saying something like that. I just couldn't remember.
That
how
makes
it was.
sense.
Okay.
That makes sense with having numbers.
Yep.
This is probably like this number and this number will go against each other kind of thing. Like, kind of sounds like it.
Exactly.
Fine. Do they pop this in this world?
The popcorn?
They probably don't even have corn here. This is like a ghoul's place.
Yeah, they don't
They have
have nothing
popcorn.
like that. I mean,
They have
if
bot flags.
if you want to, yeah, they have bot flies.
Did have bot flies. Those are mighty tasty, by the way. Iron, protein, and zinc.
All right, so what do you guys want to do now? You've got about 30 minutes.
I honestly
there-
want to find one of those shady people around here.
You don't know about the shady people.
I want to look around for someone who looks like me.
Looks like a thieving tiny person.
You can look around all you want, but there is nobody that looks like you.
You know
You know what I mean.
Roll me a perception. I mean, you see a lot of people.
Alright. We have time to go see if the magic guy's back yet.
It hasn't been an hour, has it?
No.
I don't know how long it took to walk over here.
No, it
Signing
hasn't
up,
been an
waiting
hour.
line, signing up.
So, basically, the brother is coming back once the fights start.
Oh, okay.
Not start, but once the arena starts. So basically, the fights are going to start in about an hour and a half. But all contestants have to be in the arena within 30 minutes.
Word. Oh, is there? Oh well, I'm too broke. Never mind. Alejandra, you have like is this gladiator thing? We go in with what we have, right? Like, or do we get
Yes.
stripped of everything?
Yeah, we going with what we got.
Yep, you
Alejandra,
go in
do
with
have
what you got.
potions?
Huh?
Do you have potions?
Oh. Let me look. No.
You might want to try and see if you can. Did you not buy any?
Yeah, I thought I did, but apparently I don't have any in my bag.
Because I bought 2. Did anybody else? We all bought some, right?
Yeah, I bought some. Because I have 1 potion left.
And medic kits. We bought med kits too.
Yeah, I have 1
I don't see
potion
any of those either.
and 4 med.
I must have put them in. I must have wrote them down, but not put them in my bag. Because I'm not seeing them in my bag, and I don't have my same notebook that I had last time.
Are there any like herb vendors around here? Do we see any like herbalist places or potion makers or anything in town?
You'd have to search.
So while we were, let's say, while we were walking from here to here, would we have seen it anywhere in here, in that street?
Nothing stood out, but you weren't exactly looking for anything like that.
I don't remember. Didn't we look? We found what else did we find in this town? We found this, the armor weapon guy. Oh, maybe that was it. We only found one. It's always been just like one spot, right? That sells everything.
Yeah, it was the castle, the arena, the dungeon, and the armor.
And the inn.
Right, and the inn, sorry.
Outside this arena, can I look? Like, these are like little vendors thingies, yeah, maybe? Is that what
Yes,
you're
outside of the arena is little vendors.
saying? What are they selling? I'm trying to look for like mushrooms that might make me go berserk.
Go berserk?
Yeah. like rage, like a mushroom that'll induce me.
He's
See any
trying to
vendors?
turn into a barbarian.
Do I not see any vendors that have any healing potions?
Okay, so since you're searching for something specific, I need investigation checks.
There's probably, yeah, you probably better, you more likely to probably find potions, some kind of or potion.
My dice on this is broken.
Okay, so Alejandra, you spend about 20 minutes searching. You do not find any potions around this area.
Oh, what? I figured there'd be some kind of potion in here.
Deadwolf, you discern within about 5 minutes that all of these vendors right around here are catering to the audience, mostly snacks, alcohol,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's what I figured. Give it a miss. Can I?
Zara says, well, you could always
I'm
just
gonna ask
drink a lot.
No, that won't work. I'm gonna ask around to see if I'm gonna ask one of these vendors because they probably know about this town since they're vending. If
Can you carry me?
if there's any places that I can buy any kind of like tincture or herbs or mushrooms that would induce some kind of like rage that would make me more fierce in battle.
Big Eye, can you carry me so I can get to places faster so I can look for healing things?
Yes. Well, I think we know we can buy a healing potion from this guy back here. So if it doesn't take 30 minutes to go back here, get healing potions, we can go right there and get healing potions.
Okay, so, well, she's wasted 20 minutes, so you guys got about 10 more minutes.
Oh. Well then.
So, Deadwolf, as you're asking, you come upon one merchant that goes, "Oh, you're looking for some of those, huh?"
Yeah.
I definitely have something to do the trick. He goes into his little coin purse and pulls out some, looks like dried mushrooms. And he says, "These'll do the trick for you."
Okay, I want to see if they're actually berserker mushrooms.
So roll
Or if they're
a
just
insight.
because they might just be psychedelic mushrooms. Because I have mushrooms, like I know what edible mushrooms are, poisonous mushrooms are, and if
Yeah,
not, I'm gonna ask Kafir.
you definitely believe he's telling the truth.
I'm not. Yeah, but okay. So maybe I missed. I'm not taking into question if he's telling the truth. I'm examining the mushroom myself with my
Well,
own knowledge.
realize that you're in a brand new world with very little knowledge about their flora.
Fuck, that's fucking right.
So,
I know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you can examine it all you want, but ultimately it comes down to, do you believe what he's telling you? And at this point, you do.
How many do you have? How many of these mushrooms do you have? And how
On
can I
me,
be
I've
sure?
only got 4.
And then what are these? What will this mushroom do?
So this is a 2-stage mushroom. The first stage takes effect immediately. You'll start seeing in red. The second phase starts after about 10 minutes. All of your blood constricts and makes your muscles bulge. You feel less pain. And you're a bit stronger.
Okay. So what does that mean in like game mechanics wise?
That you'll have to see.
YOLO. How much are they?
I'll give you all 4 for 1 gold.
Fucking give me. Wait, what's the repercussions of taking? What's the dosage limit? Like, what'll kill me and what won't kill me?
You asking him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He should know about his freaking
So-
herbs.
Only take 1 within every 30 minutes. If you take more than 1 within 30 minutes, it's gonna knock you on your ass. If you take more than 2 in 30 minutes, well, it's also going to knock you on your ass, but getting back up is problematic.
And I have to wait 10 minutes before it affects.
Yes, so the
Okay,
first effect he
shit,
says will be
honestly,
immediate, and second effect will be 10 minutes.
Which only makes me see red.
Yes.
Ooh. Nope, these aren't gonna work. No, sorry, these aren't gonna work.
Well, you know where I am if you ever change your mind.
I do. I might actually, you know what? I still want. I'm gonna do something with them later.
Ah,
I still
very
want them.
well.
I'm gonna buy all 4. Yeah.
So
I might
he
be able to do.
puts his hand out for the gold.
I give him a quick little gold skis.
All right, and then he hands you the 4 mushrooms. Okay, so
Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna work because combat is too fast, or it's like happening in seconds. so I don't know if these mushrooms will work.
Well,
This.
he said you will have the effect in about 10 minutes, but you didn't ask him how long they would last. In about 10 minutes is when the initiation starts, but you still have like an hour and 10 minutes before the actual battle.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're too risky to. I think they're too risky to take for this event, so I'm gonna save them.
Alright, so is there anything else you'd like to do before the 10 minutes?
Alejandra, do you like mushrooms?
Not much of a fan of them. They grow on the ground on poops.
Yeah, but don't you eat like everything?
No, I don't eat things
You
that come
how?
from
How
poop.
time out. How you not gonna eat mushrooms that might have grown, but you gonna pee in our drinking water?
I peed in the toilet. How many times we discussing this? I peed in the toilet.
Riddle me that.
I peed in the toilet.
Okay.
I didn't pee in a drinking water.
Plus, these are special mushrooms. Mm-hmm.
What's so special about them?
They make you. they kind of make you go crazy for a second.
I don't need to go crazy.
They make you really strong.
I'm already stronger than you, even big guy.
I mean, no, you're not.
Who dies the most of us two?
Oh, I mean, after today, not me. Not this guy. It's gonna be you, because you entered a tournament against me.
Listen here, this time you don't go fussing at me about throwing my spells everywhere, killing people. So, it's gonna be you gonna die, because I'm gonna be able to throw all the spells I want.
You're gonna try and I'm gonna block all your spells.
You
I'm just gonna pat her on the head and be like, you don't know what you got yourself into. It's okay.
Slayer of 1,000 dead wolves.
I mean, if you end up beating me, you could actually that could be your duty. You could call yourself Dead Wolf.
My name is Eleanor and Andra.
How much time has passed, Zara?
I mean, how much time do you want to have passed? If you all are done, then it's time to go.
Enough to be.
I'm ready for the challenge already.
Alright, so
challenge.
as you guys are talking, you hear horns blow. Everybody starts funneling into the arena. As you go through, you notice there's two queues. Dos. One line is going to the stadium section, and the other line is going into the barracks section. So, with that being said, Deadwolf and Alejandra would want to line up in the barracks section, and Kafir and Zaratoth would line up in the stadium section should they choose to go in and watch.
We'll go in and watch.
So, yes, Zara will too. As Zara and Kafir get up to that line, it's a pretty fast flowing line. They just go in, you pick your seats. There's no reserved seating that you can see, so you can basically sit anywhere you want. Now, Alejandra and Deadwolf, as you get there, they ask you for your numbers. So, who's in front, Deadwolf or Alejandra?
Deadwolf is number 5.
No. Who's in front of the line?
I don't know. Aren't there other competitors in the?
Yes, but out of you two, what's the order?
I guess it would be me and then
Okay. So as people are going through, Deadwolf, you get up to the guard. Number. All right, very well. Remember that number. And he motions you in. Alejandro, you get up there, and he kind of looks down. Are you lost?
No, I'm number 8.
Okay, remember that number. Go on ahead.
Thank you.
Alright, so you two are going into the barracks, which is basically, if you picture the movie Gladiator, it's basically where they prepared, got their weapons, all that. Except in this case, you're bringing your own material. And as you get there, you're greeted by a very old looking ghoul. He looks much older than anyone you've ever seen here. Alright, I think that's everyone. So, just to go over the rules. The first rule is we draw numbers, and that is your opponent. The victor, obviously, is the champion and takes all the prize. Other than that, there are no rules. Any questions?
No, sir, Mr. Oldman, sir.
No questions.
Bockham have question. Bockham win, Bockham get gold? Yes, that's what I said. How much gold? That we don't know yet. It depends on how much was bet. All the gold? Yes. Any other questions? Nobody else seems to say anything. Deadwolf, you do recognize your quote-unquote nemesis. And he kind of gives you a little sly wink. And then...
Slyer week.
And then... the master comes in.
Ooh.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I expect a good show. Our champion's running a little late, but he will be here. Don't be afraid.
Oh,
Or maybe you should be afraid, because, well, he's the champion and you're probably gonna die. But best of luck to you. And then he just walks out.
The champion's different than this wolf guy? This wolf guy's not the champion?
From what you just heard, this wolf guy is not the champion.
He
Okay.
lied.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so, the ghoul, brings out a clay pot, basically. And he says, alright, in order of numbers, come draw. So,
Yahoo!
that being said, number 1 goes up. He draws a number. And we'll say he draws 13. Number 2 comes up and draws a number. He draws 17. Number 3 comes up. He draws 11. Number 4 comes up and he draws 18. And now number 5.
There's 20.
Yes.
Damn! Sorry, got 20 competitors up in. Woo! This is some big boy stuff.
So, number 5,
Yes.
it's your turn to draw.
Okay. I draw.
You draw 12.
12. Who's 12?
Nobody answers. All right, number 6 comes up. And he draws 16. Number 7 draws. And he draws 14. Number 8.
That's me.
It's your turn to draw.
I draw.
Okay. And you draw 19.
Who's number 19?
So as you look around, you see this kind of skinny ghoul, and he goes, "Ha, that's me!
This is gonna be fun.
I get the half a person! Ha, victory!" Alright. And then number 9 comes, and that leaves him. So, sorry, there's... Yeah, number 9 comes, and he is going to get 15. And 10 comes, and he gets 20. Alright. Everybody is partnered up. You know who your opponents are. Well, you know their numbers anyway. So we'll go ahead, and once the battle starts, we'll call on your numbers. You have 2 minutes to enter the arena and to prepare. Good luck to everybody. Give us a bloody show, will ya? And he walks
Clink.
out. Alright, so Zaratoth and Kafir find their seats, and you see that there is a lot of people here. Not just ghouls, but you also see somewhat humanoid-looking creatures. You see some that truly you've never seen before, but they look dead as anything. Skeletons, basically, with robes. You also see kind of some ghost-type creatures. Apparitions, something maybe like that. Some half-ogres. And Kafir, you notice something interesting. You see a little wooden boy run past you. And he goes and... Yeah, little wooden boy. And he runs past you and climbs up in a seat all by himself. You just, for some reason, you thought that was interesting. And as everybody's getting settled in, you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, dead and alive, welcome to our spectacle of an arena. Today we have 20 combatants, and we will name a champion. Will it be the returning champion? Or will it be a new champion? We will find out. Right now, I'd like to call into the arena number 1 and number 13. And people start cheering. Ah! So, Deadwolf and Alejandra,
Oh my god.
you see a couple people.
Son of a bitch.
No. You're not number 1 or 13. Come on now.
No, I know I'm not.
You see
I just thought about something. This is so midnight.
a specter and a humanoid looking creature make their way out to the arena. Once they get past the threshold into the arena, the gates close. And now Kafir and Alejandra can see them. And you hear a loud bell. As the bell goes off, The fight commences. The humanoid rushes in at the specter, taking a swing with his greatsword. The specter just kind of dissipates. He pops up behind the human, and you see the human fall to the ground with a blade in his back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, undead and alive, that was a quick match for sure. Let's hear it for Zitrig. Everybody's cheering, cheering, cheering. All right. So, with that, the arena goes, well, let's bring in the new contestants. So let's get number 2 and 17. All right.
Still don't grab that shit.
So, as Dead Wolf and Alejandra, or you guys are in there, you see Mr. Bockham start walking out to the gate, and you see
Good luck, Bockham.
a pretty bulky ghoul. So they head out. Alejandra and, or not Alejandra, Kafir and Zaratoth see them make their way into the arena. The bell rings. Bockham, big half ogre, starts thumping over towards the ghoul. The ghoul looks down to the ground and disappears into the sand. Bockham looks around, confused. Where'd he go? Bockham win? Haha, Bockham strong. As he says that, the ghoul pops up. Doesn't even equip a weapon. Pops up out of the ground with an uppercut that makes this half-ton frickin' ogre fly 5 feet in the air. And he is out cold.
What?
People are cheering. They're going crazy. Well, who would have figured that one of our own would have beat that dum-dum? But here you have it, everybody. So the winner of this is Fritz.
Or Bockham.
For real.
I thought he was gonna be the main character.
I was
After a
man, I'm ready
moment,
for this Bockham.
Bockham wakes up. After a moment, Bockham wakes up. He looks around confused. Bockham win? Bockham rich?
Oh my god. Knock the fuck out!
Oh, Bockham no win. And he starts walking out. Alright, so next up, we have another humanoid with a little wooden boy. So they go out. And you hear the bell. The human starts casting a spell and hits the wooden boy with it, but doesn't have any kind of effect. The little boy kind of chuckles. He slowly walks over to the human, not very fast, just a little piddle paddle, piddle paddle, piddle paddle. And he says to the human, "Do you give up?" The human looks at him, starts casting another spell. The wooden's boy, he puts out his arm like this, and it extends 20 feet, pushing the human against the wall, knocking him out cold.
My goodness.
All right, Humfelstein wins.
That's a cool character.
Cocky Pinocchio.
And Kafir, you notice that little boy sitting in the stands going, "Yeah, brother, yeah."
Scary.
Alright. So a couple more matches go on. And then finally, it is Deadwolf's turn. So, number 5 and number 12. So, Deadwolf,
Nobody said anything.
to your surprise,
I asked for 12, and I think I know why.
or maybe not, Wolfdrid comes walking with you.
Oh, he was? Okay, so I thought it was gonna be worth that, bro. You know how
Nope.
you said the fucking champion wasn't there yet? And
No,
then
you're not
nobody
going
was
against
like,
champion first.
And nobody was like, I'm not 12. I was like, oh no, sorry, good movie. I'm the champion.
Nope. So it's you and Wolfred. All right. So what I need to do is have you roll.
We're both walking in?
Yeah, you're both walking in.
Bro, I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna put my fist out for a fist bump, dude.
He licks you.
He licks my fist?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So you guys get out there. You hear the bell, and I need initiative.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
All right, Mr. Deadwolf, you are up first.
Holy sheesh. I feel like this dude is good. For sure. Okay, how, in this arena, you'll have to explain to me, where am I and where is he? How far are we apart?
You guys are 10 feet apart in the center of the arena.
Okay, so that's like, that's close. Okay, so I have my shield and that one. Or, no, the great axe has to be two-handed, right?
Yes.
Yep, okay. So that's just on my back. Then, yep, okay. So shield, battle axe. I'm gonna rush in and cast Booming Blade for my first attack. My second attack. Oh god, I don't think any of those hit. Well,
Can't hear you.
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Okay, so you go in swinging with a flurry, and yes, he easily sidesteps both of those attacks.
Ooh.
He then howls in a rage, and then goes to attack you. Let's see.
Come on, fool. See if you can get past me, shield.
Okay, so he is going to attack you recklessly.
Fucker. God damn it. See. I knew some shit like this. So I was like, maybe some crazy mushrooms might.
No, I can't do advantage
makes
on
his
his
damage.
apparently. So no,
Makes
it
his
just
damage
makes
go
him
up or his
get.
attack?
So it's kind of double-edged. So reckless attack means that he has advantage on attacking you, but then you have advantage on attacking him. He's basically giving up his defense to attack you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's cool. And it lasts for a bunch
Oh,
of times.
that is it. Why is it doing it twice? Oh well, okay. So those obviously miss. That first
Advantage.
attack misses.
Do you have advantage
And-
if I did it twice? Or no?
And those miss you, right?
Those do miss me with the shield.
Alright. So
Barely,
he
though.
swings back at you and he misses as well. So now it is your turn.
Okay. We're gonna try that again. So now I have advantage.
Yes.
Okay. That. that's not the... That's not right. Those previous ones weren't D20s either. What the hell happened to my ability? Screen flame work? That's weird. It's only showing the damage, right?
Yeah, it is. It's only showing the
It's
damage.
It's not showing the attack rolls.
You broke it.
Why? Why? I didn't do nothing to it. Why would it do that? I'm supposed to just always use that? Does my battle axe still work? No, it's only showing.
What else did Dead Wolf do? I mean, he can always just roll a d20.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back up and roll d20s for the first two attacks then. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't notice that. Until I looked at that one and was like, it's not rolling my d20.
Yeah,
It's yours
it's very
rolling your
odd.
d20. It's the same. Did something changed and we have to...
Let me check something.
No, it's selected to do that. It's supposed to be rolling it. Yeah, because yours is rolling it, clearly.
That rolled it when I rolled it on your character sheet. Are you clicking the damage type or are you clicking the name?
I was clicking the damage, but I've all checked.
Now click the name.
Maybe I've not checked click the damage or click the name. Maybe I've been clicking the name this whole time. Okay. What do you want me to do? Do we want to just
Yeah, go ahead.
keep going and we're
and-
good because we both missed?
Yeah, just keep
We'll
going.
just keep- Okay. Oh, never mind. No. Yeah, there are two. So one's a 15.
Okay, so a
one's
22 does hit.
15 doesn't.
No.
Okay. So I believe that damage is right. Oh no. Oh yeah, that damage is right. The flame only bounces if there's something up. Okay. That's my turn.
Alright, so
My
now
bad.
it is.
I'm an idiot.
So now it is his turn. He is going to frenzy. So he lets out another howl.
Frenzy's different too. What's going to happen to him, Dead Wolf?
Going to use your shield.
Fuck this guy. Who does he think he is? Who does he think he's fighting right now? Of course I'm gonna use a shield. I got three
Okay.
of those bad boys now.
So 2 of those hits glance on your shield. One of them just kind of misses you, and that will end his turn.
Okay, I need to. Make sure he's on.
Those both miss.
These both miss? Ooh. Okay.
Does that end your turn?
Yup.
Alright.
Ugh. That's gonna hurt.
It's weird though, because it's not rolling the damage when I click that number.
Is it? What's that +8?
3 is, or 5 is his strength, 3 is his proficiency.
What's the two-hand? It says like battle axe two-handed +8. That's not the damage. No, that's something else.
No, that's the plus to hit.
Yeah.
So I guess, so you're not using the shield, or you are for the other 2?
So this is what I'm gonna. Fuck. Well, the other two, it won't matter because it's 20. So the 25. Me?
Oh, the
So
25 will
matter.
still hit you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So basically, you can use it to block one attack or not.
I'm not even going to block any of them. I'm going to.
Turn your camera off. I think Wolf Druid scared him so much he ran away.
Oh, I lost my. Damn. What the heck? I broke. What the heck? What was that? Yeah. So okay, deal the damage.
All right.
Say, this is not gonna kill me. There's no way.
Here comes the damage.
Like, this is gonna be like.
So that's for the first attack.
Oh, that's. I thought it was gonna be much worse than that.
The second attack is going to be double this. So 35 so far. And then the third attack, so 44. 44 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna use parry. When another creature damages you with a melee attack, use your reaction and expend one superiority dice to reduce the damage by the number you roll. The superiority dice plus your dexterity modifier. So 6 plus 5. So I minus
11.
11 from that. So what's the total damage?
33. Right? That was 44. Hold on, let me math. 35. Yeah, 44. Wait, 20. No, wait. 20, 35. Yeah, 44.
Okay.
So with the minus 11, it'd be 33.
Okay.
Alright, and that ends his turn.
Okay, time to go cray cray. Action, sir. I'm gonna get 4 attacks here. Oh my goodness.
And you do a flurry of attacks to the air.
Well, one of them hit, right? 19?
Nope.
Oh my god, 19. So he's got just. Let me see. And then I got a second win. So,
It looked like you about got him. It was close, but the last second he just moved an inch away, sucked in his stomach, and you missed.
So 4 plus 6, so like 10. Yep, okay. This is about to go downhill real fast.
Alright. So, as you do that, he looks at you and he says, "Aha! I thought you were Dead Wolf, the killer of wolves. Oh, I know the problem." His body begins to transform. He grows about 2 feet taller. The hair on his arms, body, legs, face, everywhere grows. His nose and mouth combine together into a muzzle. And he lets out an actual howl that shakes your eardrums. But that ends his turn.
Well, mister. Well, I guess we're gonna see if we can still swing to swang. Oh my goodness. Well, there's one.
23 hits.
For just the 11. He only does 7 damage if he goes 5 feet.
All right. Does that end your turn?
That ends my turn. I'm gonna shield 2 of those.
Okay, so only the 25 hits, right?
Yep.
Okay. For 10 slashing damage.
Bad.
And that will end his turn.
Okay. Kia. Oh, nice. A 20 and a 22. That's 20 hit?
Both of those hit.
Ooh. So, oh my god. Oh my god, I rolled the lowest I could roll damage. 10 damage. Is a weak little ugh.
All right, does that end your turn?
Using potions is an action, right?
Yes.
Not a bonus action? Okay. That's it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go out swinging. Owie. Why is he gonna roll so high?
Okay. Are you using a shield to block one of those or no? Or two? Yeah, one of those.
It's another shield.
I feel
Only
like
has 3 total.
I think I die though if I take all those, so I have to just to get some more swings in. Because that one's a double, because it's a crit, so that's gonna hurt. Those all would have hurt. They all hit them. Almost.
Well, 23 doesn't hit if you use your shield.
Yeah. Nor with the 21.
Well, there is no 21. There's 23,
No, I know. It's
28,
crit,
27.
Yeah, crit. That's what I'm saying. If that crit didn't crit and was something different.
Gotcha, yeah. So shield or no shield?
Yeah, I'm just negating the 1.
Okay.
So the crit hits.
So this is the non-crit hit. So 8, and then this will be the crit hit. So 18, 27 total.
Wait, the crit hit was only 9 damage doubled already?
No, that's without doubling it. So that doubles
Oh.
to 18.
That's right.
And then the extra 8 brings it to 26 actually, right? Yeah, 26.
Yeah. Okay.
And that ends his turn.
Yep. Kia! God damn, I'm awful. Let's go back to real dice.
Second. A second.
I know.
Haha! I really thought that turning into a wolf would get your blood pumping.
Apparently not.
What was all this
apparently
boistering you
not.
did?
Apparently not. I know.
Ooh.
There's GG right there.
Okay, so the first one hits himself
No.
for... Yeah, because he crit failed.
Yeah, but that's he has advantage though, right?
It doesn't matter, he crit failed. Well, I guess you're right. I was trying to be nice and throw in some stuff to the story, but you gotta be like, no. Mm-mm.
No, that's not fair.
I'm doing it anyway.
Sometimes Dead Wolf needs to die.
Alright, so he hit himself. Oh, you're definitely not surviving. he hits himself for 9 points of damage. And haha, look, I've done more damage to myself than you have.
That's not true. That's not true at all. That is bullshit right there, mister.
And then for the damages,
You just have to be faster.
25 points.
Yep, I'm
All right. Wolfdrid is the winner of this match. That lasted a bit longer than our other matches, so let's give them all a round of applause. So Wolfrid
A bunch
starts.
of swinging and dodging and.
Wolfrid picks you up, throws you over his shoulder, and carries you back to the arena, where they administer a med kit, and you are now conscious.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
I look at him. I'm like, you better win this thing. You better win this thing good.
Well, I plan to, but we'll see.
Thanks. Way to go, Dead Wolf. Way to
Do-
believe in your teammate here.
Well, you're not there, so, or at least I don't know if you're right there.
She definitely is.
Does anybody that fights in this tournament, are they able to heal after each match?
I mean, yeah.
Because if not, I want him to be able to heal.
Yeah, no, each match goes into it fresh. So everybody's healed up to
Okay.
full before they go in.
Okay, cool. Ugh.
All right, another match occurs.
I'm gonna go
And
sit
now-
up my Zartoth and pout.
Alright, so you make your way to the spectators. You find Zaratoth and Kfir. Zaratoth just kind of looks at you, shakes his head a little bit, looks down,
I know. I'm not happy either.
and
This was lackluster at best.
you have a seat. And as you're having a seat, the announcer, alright, now it's time for number 8 and number 19. Alright, so you start heading out with the little skinny ghoul boy.
Is the little skinny gold boy ahead of me or behind me?
You guys are walking about the same pace.
I want to slow down a little bit and start stealthing.
Alright. So you get out to the arena and you hear a bell.
Okay, I want to.
Need you to, well, yes. I need you to roll initiative because you guys are basically reacting to the bell.
You're both looking at each other. Nice.
Alright. So what are you doing?
I think Zara's dice are loaded over there. I have to.
do... Toll of the Dead.
You sure that's what you want to do?
Oh, wait. The one I normally do?
Yes, but
No, Ice Knife. Ice Knife.
you sure? Because your sneak attack is melee.
Okay, then let's do melee.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's in this arena that would allow her to sneak?
Her mass skill. And the fact that she's so short. He's looking at eye level, can't see her.
Hold on. Can I see her from the stands?
Roll perception. You do see her, yes. Okay, so Z's are Oleandra. You need to roll your sneak attack damage. It should be more than 1d6 at your level.
Well, that's what it says. It just says the amount of extra damage increases as you gain levels in this class, but it doesn't say what it is.
So you should be rolling 3d6.
Oh, okay, so then do I just need to roll 3d6?
Yeah, we'll just not count that roll. And then you can just roll 3d6.
You might want to count that roll.
Wait, don't I have a lucky thing?
You do.
So I can roll it again?
Check it. I think you can only roll one of
When
those.
you roll a 1 on attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, you can re-roll the die.
Ah, then you can't roll because it's damage. It's not an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So no, it doesn't work for that.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so you do 7 plus 4, so 11 damage. Alright, so here's what happens. As you are walking over there, you get behind him, and you notice that he starts going down into the sand. You make a quick stab, and you stab him right in the spine, in the neck. He plops his head over. He's out.
Haha! And that's how you do it,
Dead
Dead Wolf.
Wolf!
Woo! Alejandra! Woo!
Well, would you imagine that, folks? The half one actually did it. Let's give her a round of applause. Alright, and so you have to start heading back in there, and somebody comes out to pick him up, brings him back in. They heal him up. Alright, and then they do a couple more matches until the last match of this bracket. So they call now on number 10 and number 20. Number 10 is a big, bulky half orc, or half ogre, kind of like Bockham, but he hasn't said anything this entire time. He's just been silent, stoic. So he walks out there by himself. Then, from the other side of the arena, the gate opens. And as the gate opens, one moment. Need to find this.
Can you believe what I did, Configured? Tell Dead Wolf I was gonna beat him.
A
Go all the way.
large blue. He kind of looks like a minotaur, but he looks very different than any minotaur you've ever seen. All right, so this is the guy that comes out. Let me just quit doing that. Let me get rid of that now. Okay, so he comes out against that big human. Not big human, the big half ogre. Big half ogre comes out. This one has a club, a giant club. He comes out, the bell rings. The ogre walks over to him, smashes his mace down straight on his head. You hear, and those in the stands can actually see, a shockwave generates from this blow. You can see the sand and dust blowing out. Everybody looks in shock. Like, are champions really going to die? Are champions going to lose? As the dust settles, the minotaur-like creature kind of tilts his head, and with a horn, knocks away the blow, or the club, tilts his head again, and impales the half-ogre straight through the head.
Damn!
It is over. The half-ogre, still attached to the horn, is dragged into the barracks as this minotaur walks in.
Zarzal, that was the most hardcore thing I've ever seen in my life. Did you see how his horn just went right into Goose face and poked out the other side?
And the fact that he drug him in there without any kind of effort.
Bro.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Our champion.
I'm gonna mess him up.
Everybody's cheering their butts off. All right. So now it is the next round.
To stop?
I mean, she decided to go on this at her own volition, just like you did.
Yeah, but I'm me.
Okay, so a couple more matches go on, and now they call number 8 and number 11.
I let number 11 start walking out ahead of me.
So you see this little wooden boy start walking out into the arena.
Okay. I'll let the little boy start going ahead of me. Nice stealth.
Damn!
I'm not even going to try to roll for perception. Go ahead and roll initiative, though.
Plus 12 still.
Yeah, I'm a rogue.
All right.
Nuh-uh.
So, having seen your previous fight, the boy extends both of his arms out about 10 feet wide and starts spinning like a helicopter.
Can I jump while he's doing this?
I mean, you can try. You can
Or duck? Lay on my belly?
you can try either one. Right now you're not in range of his attack
Oh, okay, never mind then. I don't need to.
because you stealthed and you are coming in slower. So you're not in range of his attack. He's basically just doing that as a you can't sneak up on me.
Okay. Then I don't need to.
So now what will be your turn?
But is he still constantly like doing that?
Yeah. All right. So you cast a spell. He kind of smirks at you now that he can see you.
Uh-oh.
He starts walking towards you, still spinning.
But doesn't
Doesn't he have to do a Constitution saving throw?
Nope. See, you didn't pay attention to his last match.
I did.
Magic had no effect on him.
Ah.
So
the dude put on him. He's got some kind of buff on him.
he starts walking over to you, his arms spinning, and with that, he'll roll his attack. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay, so he's spinning and you manage to duck and dodge, and now it is your turn.
Oh, I get to roll again, right?
Yes, because of your luck.
There you go.
Okay. 24 hits, and as you do so, you cut off one of his arms.
Yeah.
And does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
You can do it! Cut his freaking head off!
So now, while still spinning, you notice his arm grows back out.
You damn lizard.
And you duck and dodge some more.
For his head this time.
Okay, if you're aiming for a specific body part, you have to roll at disadvantage.
Never mind. Oh, hit his arm then.
Okay, so 17 does hit, and one of his arms comes off.
Okay.
Does that end your turn?
I want to do a
Hide
hide action.
He's locked onto you. There's really no way you can hide.
I disengage then?
Yeah, you can disengage and try to walk away, but he's still gonna see you.
Okay. Then I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. So he stops spinning and he just goes in for some regular attacks now.
Okay.
22 hits.
Yep.
Alright, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Okay. He punches you, and you smash against the arena wall.
Excuse me.
The punch only does 6 damage, but that wall hurt. Hurt more than the punch. So you take 14 points of damage altogether. And you are pinned against the wall.
What happened to math here?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Skedios.
Okay. So I'm gonna go in and try to cut off his freaking head.
Remember, specific part requires disadvantage. Luckily for you, it hits. His head plops off.
Is he
Is he still moving and stuff, or is he dead?
He's not Actually, hold on. Back up. You're pinned against the wall,
Yeah.
Oh
many
gosh.
feet away from him. So, the first thing you would need to do is another strength check to see if you can get out.
Okay.
You do not get out. However, you can still attack, and that would hit his arm, and it would break his arm. Alright, so you break his arm. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Does an 18 hit?
Yep.
Okay, I need another strength check.
Doesn't.
I'm
I'm not very strengthy, okay? I'm a little
I
person.
thought you said you were strong. Not so strong now.
Okay, so you take 16 points of damage after being pushed against the wall and pinned once more.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when
Strength
he?
check.
Okay, you do not escape.
Poor Z is with her weak little tiny body.
Mm. I'm gonna yank out my short sword. My other hand.
Okay, you cut off his arm.
Ends my turn.
Oh, 22
Oh,
hits.
God, yes.
That
That means he hits himself, right?
No, because that's damage. But this time he wasn't trying to pin you against the wall. This time I need you to make another strength check. You succeed.
Woo!
Alright. So you take a total of 4 points of damage. And now it's your turn and you are not pinned.
So I'm going to do this at a disadvantage. I'm going to try to chop his fucking head off.
And alas, you succeed.
Was he dead?
Dead now?
His head falls to the ground. His body just falls limp. And you hear him going, "Golly geez, lady!" And the winner is the half one.
You imagine if he just put his head back up and got back up.
Afraid of that.
That's
That's why I was ready to disengage at any time.
He's like.
And they heal me up after every match, right?
Yeah, they heal you up every match.
Okay, so I'm going back to 47.
So yeah, essentially, the race is pretty damn strong, but they're also pretty freaking weak. If you actually hit a pivotal point like that, you can topple them easily, and they can't just merge their head or grow it back together. They actually have to get it repaired. So, with that being said, you're taken back. He's taken back. You're both healed. Now, the champion and the specter are matched up. the champion walks out, and you hear the specter mumbling, "Well, this is shite." The specter walks out, bell rings, specter disappears. After a good 15 seconds or so, you see the champion gorges his head backwards. And even though it's a specter, somehow the horns pierce a hole through it, and he vanishes. And the winner is our champion! Everybody cheers.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
I'm gonna die.
Good luck.
I'm gonna die. But at least I can say I got farther than Dead Wolf. Who
Yep.
killed 1,000 wolves.
I'm gonna eat my buffalo heart up in the stands.
Alright, so now a couple matches happen. And it's the semifinals. Number 8 will go against number 2. So, number 2 was the big beefy ghoul that did the underground uppercut.
Okay, so I'll let them go out ahead of me a little bit. I'm gonna stealth.
So, you go out. Go ahead, roll your stealth. Oh, you did. Okay. 24, because it's not an advantage. Right. So you get out there, and I need you to roll initiative.
Ooh. She's against the champion right now?
No, not the champion.
No, I'm
I'm against the one that took on bump it.
Yeah, Bakum. She's
Oh,
the
the
one
other
against.
ghoul?
Yep. All right, so you're up first. What do you do?
I'm gonna stealth up on him. And I am going to. Then I'm gonna. You said it's for how much? 3d6?
Yes.
What's the 3d6 do?
That's my sneak attack damage.
All right,
Nice.
so you do a total of 20 damage to him. He grimaces. I need you to roll a strength check.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Oh, I can do that again, right?
right?
No, because you rolled a 2 technically, not a 1.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Yeah. What's a -2, right?
Yep. So she
Yeah,
rolled a
she rolled
2,
a 2,
and then
minus
-2 made it 0. All right.
Ah.
So he goes underground, and your dagger goes with him.
Okay, I have
Okay, I have
another.
another.
Okay, so it is now your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to stealth again.
Ooh.
And before I stealth, I'm pulling out my rapier.
Okay, so you stealth and pull out your rapier.
Mm-hmm.
Did you stay in the same spot?
No, I moved 5 feet to the right.
Okay. I need you to roll a strength check.
Ooh, nice one.
Alright. So, seemingly to know exactly where you are, he pops up and grabs a hold of your rapier. However, he can't quite get it out of your grasp and returns to the ground.
I move 10 feet away this time, forward. And I guess I need to do a strength check again.
Oh, does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I have turned to where you won't come up on my back.
Alright. So, he comes up from underground right at your face and tries to do an uppercut on you. However, misses. And that ends his turn. Okay, that hits. So that's an additional 14. So that's 34 altogether. Okay. Does that end your turn?
Is he still above ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then that ends my turn.
Okay. So on his turn, he goes underground.
Okay. I'm going to move 10 feet to the right. That ends my turn.
Actually,
I want to move 10 feet to the right and hold my action until he comes back out of the ground.
What action are you holding?
Getting him with my rapier. If he comes up to try to grab my rapier, I'm gonna slice him with it. There's my.
Okay. So give me a strength check.
Oh,
no!
No.
Okay, so
Oh my goodness.
he pops up, grabs your rapier, and disappears back under the ground.
Paul's ears been drugged down to the abyss.
Alright, does that end your turn?
I move 10 feet to the right.
Okay. And then that ends your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, give me another strength check.
You got this, Ease. There we go.
Will it be enough?
Will it?
Alright, so he comes up to get your short sword. He cannot do it, so he goes back underground.
Okay. I move 10 feet backwards and hold an action of slicing him with my short sword should he try to take it.
Alright?
I know. Do a strength check.
Yep. Alright. He comes up, tries to grab your short sword, but you're ready for him and make an attack. Okay, that does hit. Okay. Alright, does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, he's back underground.
He's a fight like a freaking man and not hide like a baby.
Like a little baby.
Backwards. Hold my turn of slicing him with my short sword should he try to come and take it, and I'm gonna do a strength check.
are you getting all these strength checks? Oh shit. Oh
There
shit.
we go.
Oh no.
Say goodbye to your sword.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh no, Z.
And he's back underground, so now it's your turn.
So I'm 10 feet to the left, and should he come out, I want to do this.
Okay. All right.
I'm better determined.
He can't
Can't
take
take that
me.
from me.
And the 15 does not hit, right?
No.
Okay. So he needs to roll a Constitution check. What's your DC? 12? Okay. Oh, he definitely makes it. And he is back underground.
Okay. I want to move 10 feet
Bugger.
to the right, and should he come out, then I want to do Toll of the Dead. At this point, I'm just throwing shit out there because I have no weapon.
That hits, right?
Yes. Luckily, I'm healed up from the last fight.
God.
Oh no!
Are you still conscious?
Yes.
Okay.
I still have 10 points of health.
All right. So he comes up from underground and he does that uppercut on you. And again, the crowd sees the shockwave. You fly back 10 feet.
Oh.
And he's back underground.
I move 15 feet backwards. And I am going to
What a zombie.
Stealth? And when he comes back out, I am going to do this.
Alright, so he pops up. He misses you. And let's see. Making a spell ranged attack against the target. On a hit. Okay, so you need to roll a 1d20. So you would add your spellcasting modifier, which we can see, I believe, is a 2, and your proficiency bonus, which I think your proficiency bonus would be 3. So, okay, altogether that would be 15.
Yep.
So a 15 does hit. So roll, let's see.
The target takes 1d10 piercing damage, and then 2d6 cold damage if they miss the saving throw.
But you too also need to make a saving throw.
Yep. That's dexterity, right? Yep.
So you also take the 2d6. So go ahead and roll 2d6.
Okay.
Okay, and then you need to roll your 1d10.
What did I do wrong? Slash R.
Okay, so you take 5 points of damage, and he takes 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
And he is out.
Thank goodness,
Thank goodness, because I only had 5 points of health left.
Like shaking down to 5 and like, whew.
The spectator pipes up. Wow, what a spectacle! What a show! Truly amazing. Let's give him a round of applause. Alright, so as you start walking back, another ghoul goes out to get him, disappears underground, brings him back, and hands you all of your weapons back.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. He never intended to steal them from you, just take them away from you for the fight, that's all.
I appreciate it.
Alright, so the next match is the finals.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
And it is the champion versus Alejandra.
No. What about
no.
the wolf guy? What happened to the wolf guy that beat me?
He got beat by the champion.
Oh, he got beat by the champion too.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
kind of
nice
just
knowing ya.
speeding things up here. So yes, they call your number and the champion's number. Champion makes his way into the arena. What are you doing? You're
Stealth.
same bit. Okay. All right.
Zaratoth,
No.
I think she's fucked, Zaratoth. I think she's probably dead.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
At least we don't die, you know, because that would.
He's gonna have to find me.
All right. So, his initiative. Okay. So the bell rings, and sees I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as he stomps his foot on the ground, and a shockwave comes out.
Ooh.
I ain't afraid no ghosts.
Okay. You manage to jump over it, but as you do, he sees you. He starts running towards you.
Okay, I'm going to.
Hold on. It's still his turn.
Oh, okay.
He starts running towards you. That hits.
Yep.
Okay, so he gores you in the shoulder. And you take 35 points of damage. And then he shakes his head. And you fly off about 5 feet. And you are prone, so it is your turn.
Okay, so how do I get him from?
You just stand up, it just takes half of your movement speed.
Okay. Okay, so I stand up and I snipe. Yep.
Okay, so with Dex.
Before I snipe, I want to stand back about 10 feet.
Okay. He succeeded the saving throw. So
Okay.
you also need to make your ranged spell attack, which is going to be 1d20 plus 5. Okay. You see it get to his chest, and it kind of just stays there.
Okay, but did he take any damage?
No.
Because it says the target that explodes, and it says hit or miss. On one of these, it says hit or miss. it still takes damage.
No, on hit. And then must succeed.
Hit or miss, the shard explodes to target each creature within 5 feet. Okay, he's not 5 feet. Okay.
You always argue with me, woman.
Okay, sorry. So it's his turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's a girl, we're supposed to argue that.
I guess so.
That's what we do.
Let's see. Does a 17 hit?
17 is my AC.
So, yes.
Alright, so he's going to kick you.
Fuck.
For 11 points of damage.
I think I'm out. No, I have 1 hit point left. Heck yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so now it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a good hard try here. I'm gonna do a Ganazar Scorcher.
Okay, a line of roaring flame 30 feet and 5 feet wide emanates from you. Doing a dex saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 damage or fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. We know your DC is 12 even though it's saying 0 there. But he does make it, so go ahead and roll your damage.
So since it's half as much, what would I do?
You roll 3d8 and then we half it.
Okay. Why is it? 3D. Keeps telling me it's rolling the dice.
Oh, it's lagged out.
Yep. Okay.
There it goes. Okay. So, normally we'd half it, but he's susceptible to fire. So you do 13 points of damage.
Nice.
He looks at you. And he lets out a thunderous roar. Does that end your turn?
Can I disengage?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's up to you.
I don't know where I want to disengage to, but like, is there anything that I can like disengage and stand on so if he does a big old jump under thing, it won't like kill me?
No, the ground's pretty flat.
Damn. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna like stand here and like get killed.
Okay.
Take it. You did well.
GG.
Both of those miss.
Than I did.
Oh, look at that!
I'm gonna do another one of these Algazar Scorcher things.
Okay. He barely succeeds, but go ahead and roll your damage. Okay. So he takes another 15 points of damage. And now you can see he's really mad.
Okay. I'm still gonna stand here and die.
Alright.
At least I can say I gave it a good try.
That you did.
Isn't your AC 17?
Yeah.
So he misses those too.
Oh my god, this is not happening.
Oh. Get him, Z's,
How many
get
of
him.
those can you cast?
I don't know.
Well, let me
It
look.
doesn't say 2. It just says a 2 and then it has another 2.
So you can't cast it a third time.
Oh my god, are you serious right now?
Yeah?
Okay, then let's do this one.
Both the same level. You can't cast that again either.
It doesn't say that one's. That one has 3 spell slots. It's under the 3 spell slot.
Oh, okay, okay. Alright. Then... Let's see. That was Dex, right? Yeah. Okay, he succeeds. Roll your attack. 1d20 plus 5.
I should be able to roll that again because of Lucky, right?
Well, you didn't roll that properly. Don't put a space between D and 20.
Oh, okay. Slash R 1d20 plus.
Okay, it hits.
And my damage for that one.
Roll 1d10. Alright, so you hit him for 6 points. If you thought he was pissed off before, well, now he's at a whole new level. So he starts swinging in his head back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, I'm about to die.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yep,
yep, there it is.
Yeah.
And on the last one, you only have 1 hit point. He's obviously hitting, so I'm not going to roll damage. But yes, you are knocked out.
How close did she get?
Not close.
Oh.
Not close at all.
We tried. Go back and whoop his ass.
The crowd jumps up in joy and starts cheering. It's all you can hear. They pick her up, bring her back, and he just stands out there, you know. Our champion is still the champion.
I got better on the wrong champion.
So she gets back and she gets healed up, and now everybody starts leaving the stadium.
That's pretty cool.
Does anybody say anything to me about how I, went up against the champion?
The little Pinocchio boy actually walks up to you and he's like, "Wow, you did really good. I'm surprised."
Thank you.
I'm surprised too.
It was all because my friend Dad thought he was gonna win and he was gonna beat everybody, even me. Us little people, we gotta show that we're tough.
We are tough.
So I head out there with my friends.
With her.
All right, so I guess you all meet at the front of the stadium.
Kafir! Zarda! Bedwolf, did you see me? I got farther than you.
You did pretty good, but you're definitely still not stronger than me. That little Pinocchio was whooping your ass.
I went against the champion. Did you?
Nope, I didn't. But
Exactly.
the same thing would have happened to me that happened to you. That guy, I don't know what crack he be smoking, but he's a beefy boy. I think we're gonna have to come back and beat his ass later. That's what I'm thinking.
Got all the way to the champion, which means I am almost as strong as the champion.
Let's see, can you pick me up?
It's not strength, it's power and, agilities and all that.
Oh,
Like,
like
you're the slayer of
like-
1,000 wolves. I'm the
like-
slayer of 1,000
No, no, no,
arenas.
no, 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 no.
peoples.
no, you didn't. No, because you didn't win 1,000 arena people. It's like the energy of 1,000 suns inside me. You have like the energy of like 1,000 moons inside you.
You don't have this 1,000 suns. Maybe 1,000.
Yep,
Like,
definitely
fireflies.
at least 1,000 suns.
No, maybe 1,000 fireflies. I have
No,
1,000
like
suns,
a
maybe.
million fireflies, like
Not even.
a.
Wouldn't even give you a million fireflies. Maybe 1,000.
Well, that's on you.
And I say, man, that made me hungry. Can we go eat now? And those scepter peoples was really cool. I like how they disappeared.
I'm like, I got some food. You want to try them? I have some mushroom and a bunch of raw meat.
I don't want raw meat. That's nice.
I mean, we could cook it.
Well, I think going back to the inn and catching up is a good idea. The merchant said he wouldn't have the armor ready until this evening, and might as well wait to check out his other gear while we're picking that up.
Yeah. So eating some food, since Mr. Deadwolf spent all his monies.
What
I
are
mean, you
talking
don't know
about?
that. Quit trying to
I
meta
didn't spend all- I
Z's.
I didn't spend all my money when I bought my nice new armor.
No, he spent monies at the place.
But we don't know that.
You don't know
Yeah,
that,
we
Z's.
both- Yeah, we both spent 1 gold at the place to enter.
As far as we know, he only spent 1 gold.
But wasn't I under his legs when he was betting?
No, you went to go tell me to bet
Oh,
on him.
yeah.
I fucking snuck you away so I could do that shit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it. Okay,
Okay.
let's go eat some meat. I need some meat after all that fighting.
I know. Didn't even get a
That's a lot.
consolation prize.
Hey, consolation prize is that I outlasted you.
I mean, that's not much of a prize, really. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
Mr.
much of a
Slayer
that's
of
not much of a
1,000
prize.
wolves.
That's not much of a prize.
Mr. Slayer of 1,000 wolves.
Yeah, wolves are a lot easier to kill than whatever the hell. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, so you guys make it back to the inn. And as you get into the innkeeper starts cheering. Yeah! Yeah! Listen.
Yeah!
You're the best I've ever seen against a champion. All of your food and drinks today are on the house.
Really?
For you and your party.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You better tell
That's
them.
so
This is
nice.
nice.
Can you please
cook
cook
it though?
Of course, anything for you.
Thank you.
Noise.
That's so nice.
And as you get settled in, Wolfdred comes and sits with you in his humanoid form. He pats Deadwolf on the shoulder and says, "Well, we tried."
Yeah, we did try. We're gonna have to try again someday, though.
I still can't believe that this little one did so well against the champion.
I know.
Wolf
You must
and
have.
I?
You must have lightened the champion up for.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Ha ha! Well, Mr. Deadwolf, I just wanted to congratulate you on a good fight. I thought I was going to be the champion, but apparently not.
I thought you was gonna be the champion too.
But there's always next time.
There is always next time.
I'll leave you be now, but should you need me, I'll be here for another week.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so he gets up, walks away, and they come out with plates and plates of food. Plates and plates. They cover your whole freaking table with food and drinks.
Look at
Oh,
all this food.
I don't think
I'm
we've never had this much food before. Well, I mean, we've had lots of food, but then
No, this is like Goku level food right here.
yeah.
It's a good thing I'm really hungry after all that fighting.
She,
Start chowing
she's a
down.
half Saiyan.
Right.
Start chowing down because I'm super starving after all that fighting.
Something
Nom,
tastes
nom, nom,
different
nom, nom.
about this meat. It tastes so much better than what you had the day before. It's amazing. It's melting in your mouth. You feel like you're putting slices of heaven into your mouth with every bite.
Medium rare slices of heaven.
Well done.
Dude, I almost
This is, but you cooked it delicious.
got medium when I went to Hibachi.
No.
I was like, nope, I need medium rare. Yeah.
So the cook looks at you and he says, "Only the best."
Only the best for you.
So everybody's having a good time up in here. You guys have plenty of food and drink, and you easily pass a couple hours just having fun, being merry, being jolly.
Drink, be
And
merry,
now.
and then I'm like, is it almost time to go check on the guy to be back yet?
Now, before you do that, what I want everybody to do is do a perception check.
I was like, yeah, I feel like this is going too nice. I'm scared.
It's a party.
I noticed nothing.
Okay. So,
Why did it roll advantage on perception?
you might have advantage selected because you also did that on your
Yeah.
Constitution save.
I didn't know
Um,
I did that with those.
So, Z's, or Oleandra, as you're looking around, everybody's having a great time. There's a couple specters in the back also having a great time that catch your eye. Deadwolf, as you're looking around, everybody's having a great time. Of course, you see Wolf Druid and you see a few others hanging out with him. And Kfir, as you're looking around, you see a couple of different things that catch your interest. You see the witch that you ran into the other day. And you also see a table of fays. Now, with that information, you're free to do as you wish.
I want to go over and talk to the specters because I want to tell them how awesome I think it is that they can disappear like that. I go over to their table.
Alright, so you go over there. Oh, it's you. Congratulations, you did so well.
Thank you. I wanted to tell you all how awesome I think it is that you can disappear like that and come back out. That's awesome.
Oh, this? And he disappears.
Hey, where'd he go again?
And he comes back. That's nothing. All of us specters can do that.
That's so awesome because I can only do this and I stealth and then
I mean, it's pretty crowded in here. You're pretty short. Hey, where'd you go?
And then
I unstealth.
Hey, you can do it too. You're not a specter.
Kind of, but kind of not. works sometimes when it's like a real crowded place and I'm small, or if I'm around a corner. I just can't do it just ever.
Yes, well, all of us specters can do it. It's the first thing we learn as specters.
Are you like a ghost?
Precisely. That's exactly what we are. We're ghosts with the higher functioning ghost, I would say. We're not your typical, ghost. We can manifest full bodies. Obviously, as you saw, we can fight, hold weapons, all of that. It's basically awesome. I don't know how else to explain it.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, if you're ever in our land, you should check it out. I mean, hey, if you wanted to be one of us, all you have to do is go to the master and do a few tasks for him. He's pretty chill about actually turning people into specters. I guess he likes killing people. I don't know.
One question. Do you eat raw meat?
Well, honestly, we don't eat because we're dead.
Okay. As long as you don't eat raw meat. I don't eat raw meat.
Yeah, we have no need to eat. We just take energy from living creatures.
Okay, that sounds legit to me. Alright, well, you all did great today. And I hope you have a good day.
Hoorah!
And I go back to the table.
All right,
Do
so
do I know what a fae is?
you
Like when I'm looking at these
do.
group of people at a table, I'll know what they are.
You'll have an idea. You've never really seen a fae before, but you have a strong feeling.
Okay. I'm just trying to think. I will walk over to the witch that I had seen before.
All right, so you walk over. Oh, greetings.
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you. There's a group of people over here, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit if you happen to know a little more about them before I happen to maybe approach them.
Oh, sure, dearie. What people?
The group over here, and I just kind of point a little to where it doesn't look like I'm really pointing at them so they don't notice it, but just kind of point in the direction of the group of fays.
Okay, do me a favor and roll a sleight of hand.
Wait a minute, got it.
All right, so you point it out, and she looks over there. Oh, yeah, they're the fae. They're an elemental. Well, not really elemental. More of a spirit fairy based. Also in tune with elements, but not like an elemental. They do a lot of nature type magic. Really don't know too much about them, to be honest. Yeah, basically they're creatures of nature.
Nature. Okay. All right, that is pretty much what I was wondering. They seem oddly familiar in a way, and so I wasn't 100% on what they were, the name of them. So I do appreciate your help.
Well, I could definitely see why you would have that sense of familiarity. They too have magic similar to yours. Not quite yours, as your magic is not quite ours. I guess. I never really thought about it, but you might be some sort of hybrid between the two.
okay. I mean, that would make sense. I do feel like with what I do, I would seem like I would be a little bit of both.
Yeah, I've never really thought of that. I didn't know such a power existed. I did know your power was different than ours. But now I guess we've gotten a little closer to figuring out why that is.
Great. Thank you for helping kind of point that out. I honestly never would have thought of that. I thought of myself as just possibly towards witch, but now I have more to think on. Thank you so much.
Of course, dearie, anytime.
And then I will tell her, have a great day, and I will walk back to the table for now as I think on if I want to approach the phase yet or not.
All right, dearie. Have a good day as well. All right, and then you walk back over to the table. And would anybody else like to do anything?
Do I recognize any of the Fae people? Just out of curiosity. From like the fight today.
No.
Okay.
You do, however, see in the corner the two wooden boys. All of you have noticed they're there because they stand out, let's be honest.
It's just there was somebody, right?
Hmm?
There was somebody, right? Like there was a dude that put a sigil on the one's back before he fought.
No?
I thought you said he slapped the back of the totem or the little boy and he got a sigil or something.
No,
The
not
boy
at
went
all.
into the fight, and then he didn't
No,
take
there was a
magic
guy that
damage.
was. No, there was a guy that was fighting against one of the wooden boys and was casting a spell.
Yeah, but it didn't work because he had that magic thing on him from the.
Well, that's just their natural. They're immune to magic.
Oh fuck! Then who got the sigils slapped put on his back, and then went into battle?
What kind of stuff you on, dude? Because I didn't say anything
You
about
said
a
it
sigil.
yeah, dude, I swear, dude. You said like he touched him, and then like this magic symbol or sigil appeared, and then went inside the wooden boy.
No, not at all. I don't know where your head is, dude.
I thought that's why it was magic resistant.
No, nothing like that happened.
No, fuck.
They're
Then, I don't
making
know,
up
bro.
shit over here.
Apparently, I thought that's why it was magic resistant. Had like a Geppetto or something. I thought that's what that was. I thought that's what you were doing.
No, nothing like that. They're just naturally immune to magic.
Well, this is my own imagination then.
I'm confusing him with saying he's Pinocchio.
And I might have just assumed because we were like Pinocchio, and I'm just like, there's got to be a Geppetto somewhere. And then my brain was just like, there's Geppetto buffing his son before he goes into battle.
No. But yeah, they've been just chilling in the corner, the two of them. But aside from them, the specters, and Wolfdrid, those are the only people you recognize from the arena.
Right.
Are you gonna go see anyone?
No.
Then I want
already
to
thought
go
about
over and
it,
say
yeah.
hi to the real boys. I'm like, hi, it's me.
Oh, hey! It's you!
You all did great today.
Oh, boy! We did okay. But you did really good!
You did great. I was wondering if I was gonna make it through that fight or not.
Well, haha. I didn't think you'd figure out to cut my head off. I thought you would just keep cutting my arm off, and I thought it'd go all day. That was gonna be fun.
thought you were gonna keep spinning your arms around and sticking me to that wall all day. I thought I was gonna be stuck there all day long.
Oh no, haha, you see, I'm smart. I'm a smart boy. Yes, I'm a smart boy. I knew. I saw my eyes. I saw you. You hide.
He on some stuff.
You are a very smart boy. I will give you that.
Yes, I'm a smart boy. I spin because you hide. Haha.
You did really great, and I hope you have a wonderful day, bud.
Yes. You too.
And I head back over to the table because there's only so much of that happiness I can deal with.
And when she gets back, all the food is gone because I've eaten it.
And they bring out another plethora of stuff.
Because I am the closest to the champion. Head wolf.
I mean, you wanna? Do you wanna go there? You wanna step up? You wanna step up?
I'm the problem, it's me.
Let's go.
You're fucking have a duel
Duel me, bro.
and get friggin' put down.
Duel me, bro.
Is there a place we can duel?
I mean, if you guys are claiming a duel, people start making a circle around you.
Oh.
So we can just have a duel in this bar.
Yeah, why not?
Bar fight.
Duel me, bro.
Okay.
I'm glad I got my chips.
You need to
Sweet.
roll initiative first, genius.
I wasn't waiting for her. Oh jeez.
Oh, good God. You go last.
Yeah.
All right, Alejandra, what you gonna do?
I'm going to run upstairs real quick.
You
Come
can run
back down
upstairs.
stealthing.
There's a circle of people around us blocking us in.
Come back
Must
down
be
stealthing
little.
between
She's
people's
little,
legs.
She's little.
I'll allow it.
Okay, then that's the case. It's gonna happen. Well,
You gonna use a shield?
No, because I should be able to get a chance to see her when she comes back into the circle, because I'm in the middle of the circle.
Unless she goes
But I'm
behind
going
you.
between people's feet. Remember, I'm little.
Yeah, but there's a circle. How big is a circle first? Because if
I'd
we're in a
say
circle,
about-
there's nothing for you to hide.
I'd say
under.
about-
You pop out from someone's legs. I see ya.
Yeah, about 10 feet radius.
Yeah, so you gotta come all the way up to me without me seeing you pop out of people while I'm looking for you because I know your shenanigans. So how do we decide that? Do I have
You
to
need to roll
like
perception.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, nope. Nope. Or well, I guess I don't know how that works. It just has to be what it has to be, right?
Yep, it just has to beat it.
Okay. For 8 damage?
Oh, that's not quite. She's not quite done.
Not quite done yet.
Oh. Well, how much damage is it?
It's I'm trying to see. It's 3d6, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 3d6.
R, 3.
Okay, 18 damage. Okay. You ready? You ain't stealth no more. Oh, I can't hear any of you guys.
I'm ready. Can you hear me now?
I'm just laughing because Zara's in there shaking his head.
Okay.
Children.
Action surge.
Only one of them hits me.
It was the last one.
For 8 damage. And then
Can deal with
I'm
that.
gonna heal. Nice.
It's me.
That end your turn, Dead Wolf?
I'm the problem. It's me.
That was 4 attacks, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's me.
Alright, Alejandra.
Rapier this time.
That
Wow.
misses.
Ting!
Disengage. Under Zarathos' legs.
I imagine Zaratal's not gonna let that shit go. What are you gonna do, buddy?
How far are you walking away?
Well, you said that the circle is 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
Zara's
Zara's in the circle, is he?
Yeah, I guess so. So you're just going straight under Zara's legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moves.
Oh.
Who else in the circle?
Hey, there's a bunch of people in the circle. It's
Is that
Is that
wolf
wolf
guy
guy
there?
there?
yeah.
Going
Into the
wolf
wolf
guy's
guy's
legs.
legs.
Okay.
Well,
hold
hold
on.
on.
I gotta
hold on
roll for
first,
this.
Hold on, because that's a lot of actions there. So what is she allowed to do first? Because she tried to go into your legs. Move.
So that's all movement.
Or
So she
she's
moved
just
10
moving.
feet to
Okay.
me. Yeah. But I need to roll for him. He says
But
fuck
then
it.
what
He's just
about-
gonna stay there.
Here, real quick. What about moving to you? Is she still in disengaged after moving from you to him? Or
Yeah,
is
because
that
you're
a-
the
like-
only one that's in combat with her. So she disengages from
this is
you.
what- yeah, to go over by you to move, and now she's moving or continuing moving, presumably potentially right by me again to get to where. So what happens if that happens?
If
Do I
she
get
were to
opportunity
come
attacks while
within
she's, like-
melee range with you, you'd get an opportunity attack. But she did not come in range with you.
Okay.
Yeah, the wolf says
What-
fuck it. I'm just gonna stand here, see what happens.
Okay. I'm swinging at her. Hopefully, I mean he'll dodge. He's good at dodging. There's just one. Why is it not casting? Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh. There it goes. Okay.
Okay, so neither of those hit.
Those were all blade. That's weird. Okay. And they definitely don't hit him.
No, they don't hit him. That
Your
misses.
shenanigans out of here.
Gage back under the wolf guy.
Does
Yeah, he still says fuck it.
okay.
Okay, those miss. I mean, I'm not helping anybody out here, but she's gonna have a hard time melee hitting you.
I know. Well, and apparently I'm having a hard time melee. Well, anything.
Okay, Deadwood, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ugh. Dude, what the? My roll. I'm gonna just start rolling with fucking actual dice, bro.
Okay,
This is
roll
the
Z's
worst.
a. Let's see, spells down. You're 5th level. Yeah, you're 5th level. So roll 2d4. Okay, so you take 6 necrotic damage, which means you cannot heal that until you get a full rest.
Okay.
And that disengage back under the wolf guy.
Does hold on. Does she have? I can't remember. We don't have disadvantage casting spells when we're right in each other's faces, do we?
Not with her. She's built for that.
Okay. Cool.
Let's
That's good to
see.
remember what that was called.
He still says fuck it and stays right there.
So, oh my gosh, the probabilities.
Alright, does that end your turn?
Is it actually? Yeah, because that's all I can.
Okay, Alejandra.
Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. 'Cause that'll get everybody.
No, that's one creature you see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I want to do it to Dead Wolf.
So he
I'm gonna
needs
point
to
at him.
do a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's a good one to do against me too. Ooh, but not
He's
today.
He succeeds and it has no effect.
Okay. I'm still hiding under dude's legs. If he'll let me.
One of these hits is gonna hit him too, and he's gonna be like, "Okay, I'm fucking."
Oh, he said, nah, I'm good. And he moves.
Alright.
Does that end your turn, Zeus?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay. I think that hits either, huh?
Nope. So I guess it's your turn again, Zeus.
So I'm still like where everybody else was at, right?
Yeah.
Well,
10 feet away.
boy, you're not really
Everybody
10
else
feet
is
away
10.
from me.
No,
right
you're
now.
not 10 feet away because he's right up near you.
You're kind
You're
of like,
in
you're probably,
combat
you're
range
probably
with
pushed
him.
up against the edge of a bunch of people, like people and that dude who just stepped away from you.
Toll the dead again.
Okay, roll a wisdom saving throw. No effect.
Get the fuck out of here!
Does that end your
Okay.
turn, Zeus?
Yep.
Alright, Dead Wolf. Anybody got some fucking popcorn?
Jesus, bro! I'm gonna stop using my freaking axe. Holy Jesus!
Alright.
The most misses I've ever missed. Like I missed
I got
less
my
when I have
mindset.
one attack.
I got
Some
10
saving
right
throw,
now.
bruh.
Oh, okay. Roll. Let's see. Which fifth? So, 2d12. Okay, so you take 21 necrotic. Does that end your turn?
Yep.
Okay. You're not moving. You're staying there.
I'm staying here.
She's getting ballsy.
Yes, she is. Well, it doesn't matter if I can't hit her. Yeah, she can get ballsy if I.
He's like the
Okay,
most
I'm rolling.
agile freak right here.
I'm rolling actual dice. This is getting ridiculous. Where's my
Where do
dice?
you again?
Here, I'm just gonna roll this janky one. Because this is, yeah. Oh, roll your damage. Like,
12.
the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Okay. 15 necrotic damage.
Because that's what'll kill me for sure.
Well, like, you should be getting low, aren't you?
I'm gonna give this one more fucking chance. Okay. So she's
Alright,
gonna take
so the first
6
one
damage.
hits 6 damage. On the second one, I need you to roll a d20. You hit yourself for 10 damage.
10? That's a lot.
That's what your damage was on that second roll, 10.
Oh. Thought you always had us re-roll that. Okay.
It's my turn now.
Yeah.
I point at Dead Wolf.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
No effect on Dead
man.
Wolf.
Okay.
You gonna stay there?
Yep.
Question.
Yes.
So, the move I'm using, does it stack, Zara? If I keep hitting her with Booming Blade?
Show me the description again. I would say it does 2d8 damage if they move, but no, I wouldn't say it stacks every round to double it each time.
So would it change to the new roll every time she gets hit then? Because that gets rolled every turn. Every time it swings. So if I'm hitting her twice with it, is it not applying both of those?
No, it would. If it's a turn target, hold on, if I want to hit, becomes sheathed in a moving energy until the start of your next turn. You know, screw it. Yeah, you can do one per hit per turn. So if you do 2 hits, both hit, then it's 2. If you do the next round, you miss both hits, then it's worn off. Because it only lasts till the start of your next turn. So if you don't hit in a round, then it dissipates.
So you just have to keep doing it. Okay. We'll do it. Witch Bolt.
4 damage.
Yep. And now there's a lightning bolt connected to me and you. Mwahahaha.
Alright, I point at Dead Wolf.
Okay, wisdom save.
Yeet.
2d12.
No, that's literally like the best move to do because my weakest thing. It's really good. Oh, and Z's is the victor.
Yeah!
Okay, and since all of that was pretty much necrotic damage,
Except that now I'm dead. Yeah. So now she's like legit killed me instead of like it being just a brawl. So
I rule
that's
against
gonna be
that.
fun.
I rule against that.
That's gonna be fun.
You're
What
knocked
do you
out.
rule against?
Zara goes to
Yes.
heal you, and you're stabilized,
As
but
soon
you
as I
don't
get
wake up.
Oh, I don't get up.
No, you can't heal actual necrotic damage until
Well, but what
you have a
about the other
full
health
rest.
that I have? What about the other health that wasn't necrotic?
Didn't you heal that up with your second wind?
Not all of it.
Oh, okay. Then how much
I
did
still
you have that wasn't necrotic damage?
I probably still have like 10 or something.
10.
Oh,
Okay,
it's not.
okay.
10 or 12,
So then,
somewhere
yes,
around there.
you wake up, but you feel very weak.
You're gonna have to stop me because I'm gonna try and kill her. Like legit try and kill her because she just like legit tried to kill me. So I just snapped, and now I'm gonna swing at her and try to like legit kill her because she tried legit tried to kill me, and I think she like legit tried to kill me. Like I thought it was a friendly brawl, and then it wasn't. So how do we do that?
Roll your attack.
My turn now?
I mean, if you want to continue on, or you can back away.
All while yelling at her too, like yelling mean shit too. Like she tried to kill me.
Try to
What were you-
disengage,
like
but if
what
he
were you-
doesn't,
Like
but
what
if
were
he
you
doesn't
thinking?
go for it, then I'm going to Toll of the Dead him. So
I thought we were friends.
I'm going to disengage and see if that works. But if that doesn't work, then I'm going to Toll of the Dead him, and then he is going
Die
to die
again.
again.
So,
So
disengage.
disengage.
Where are you moving to, or are you moving?
I'm moving over to the table where the food is at.
Okay.
Okay.
You already got his ass handed to him once. He better quit.
I see that, and then I leave. Like I just push through people and leave, and then pull my axe, and it comes flying through the door behind into my hand.
Oh boy, oh boy. Zara is gonna follow Dead Wolf.
I'll stay. Disease. One with one, the other one with the other.
Drama.
Alright, so we'll let the ladies go first.
I tried to tell him, duel me if he wanted to, because he thought he was the son of the person of 1,000 sons. I wasn't trying to kill him, just lower him down a few levels.
I know. I just wish we could all get along. Doesn't seem like we can ever get along.
I was getting along just fine. I was just trying to drop him down a few levels. Maybe he won't feel so high and mighty next time.
I don't know. He seemed very upset and angry.
Maybe this is just what he needed to make him realize he is not the man of 1,000 sons.
We'll see. I don't know. Still seemed very mad and upset. I don't know how this is gonna go.
I think it's because he thought I was going to kill him, or was trying to kill him. I was just trying to duel him like he was doing me with his boomy blade on such a short little person that he knew such a big boomy blade would hurt with his big ginormous self.
Well, maybe once he's cooled down a bit, we could all sit back down and talk, and maybe just
believe
maybe.
so. I believe so.
You can let him know that you weren't actually trying to kill him, but we'll see how that goes from there. For now, maybe we could continue just eating.
That's
sure
what
you're
I'm
hungry
thinking.
after that.
I am very, very hungry after that. Fighting takes a lot out of me.
Yes, I think it does for all of us.
Do you want some of this cooked meat?
Oh yes, I do. I will continue to just eat away.
Okay, and I continue to eat.
Well,
Alright. So, Dead Wolf is storming out. His axe comes flying through to him. Zara kind of bobs his head a little bit as he's following, doesn't want to get hit by the axe. Dead Wolf rushes out, and Zara is about 10 feet behind them, just keeping a distance at first. And what is Dead Wolf doing?
Oh, I'm just still walking. How far have I gone? Because I'm like walking out of town right now.
I mean, Zara's not going to stop you. He's just going to follow you. He might clear his throat a little bit to remind you that he's there. But he's just going to follow you.
Okay, because I wouldn't have noticed you were there unless you did that. Because of how frustrated I am right now. And I just turn back and I'm like, oh, choose Artov. And I have this like look of just like super, like I'm like super fucking, like I'm like so sad because I'm just like, she like legit just tried to kill me. So I'm like heartbroken and mad and upset that one of my friends just tried to kill me, and I look at you and I'm just like, she really tried to kill me. Like,
Is that
really
really
tried
what you
to kill
think?
me. She was using necrotic damage. I shouldn't even be alive right now.
Do you trust me?
I mean, I trust you because you brought me back to life.
Okay. Do you think she might have that same trust in me?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I feel
After
like
that, I don't know.
she had that
'Cause,
same
like,
trust in me.
I wouldn't have tried to kill her. Like, you know?
That's
Like,
what I'm
she
saying,
legit
though. I don't think she
tried to kill
legit
me.
tried to kill you because I think she had enough faith in me to know that she wouldn't be able to. Just like
I
if the
think you're
tables were
wrong.
turned,
I don't think
I
she
think
even thought
you would
about
know that I wouldn't
Or
let you kill her.
that. Well, yeah, but I wasn't gonna. Like, I know how to hit someone non-lethally. But, like,
Well, I mean, look,
I don't think I think
you're
you're giving her more credit than she deserves right now. I don't think she
you're a
was even
big dude. You're intimidating.
like a bit like at all. Yeah, but do you know who she is? She's intimidating.
I mean, she probably
Like
doesn't
we're
understand
not
that though.
all like we're not all weak. We're all strong. She knows how strong she is. She just
I don't
like
know that
throws
she
it
does.
around all willy-nilly and gets people hurt all the time. And she almost just killed me.
But you're alive, and I wouldn't have let you die. I would hope you would know that.
Yeah, you though. You didn't let me die. That one I don't know about.
I think she knows that I wouldn't have let you die in that situation.
I don't think she even thought that. I don't think she was thinking that you would save me, or potentially that you would be able to.
I mean, for the past, how long have we been doing this? Quite a while now. I've always saved you. Why would she think any differently now?
Because I don't think she thinks about that.
Have you
That's
ever
what
thought
I'm
about
saying.
that?
I don't think she thinks about that.
Have you ever thought
Yeah.
about that?
Yes, but I don't say it out loud. And I'm sorry.
Perhaps
that I
she's the same.
Because you deserve more. I know I'm always joking about just coming back. But you bring me back quite a bit. So that I can keep fighting.
I think, honestly, Dead Wolf, I feel like the whole party understands this. That I'm not going to let something like that happen to you as long as I'm alive. I think she felt free by that because she could actually test her strength for once without having to hold back against you. And maybe she got a little carried away in that, but I don't think it was ill-intended.
A little.
I don't know her mindset.
Look at me right now. Half of my body is decaying. Like literally decaying right now.
You'll be fine in the morning.
I am barely alive.
I have something for you. He goes into his pouch and he pulls out a heart. And he gives it to you. And he says, I saved this. I know you like hearts.
And I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, man, you really don't get me, do you?
Hey, we slayed this together. You slayed it. I slayed it. This still counts.
What was it? When did you get a heart? I'm the only one that ever cuts heart.
So
What
you
did
look
cut
at
a
it,
heart out of?
and it's like fucking decaying and black and rotten. It's old
What
as...
is it?
It's old
What the fuck is
AF.
What the fuck is it even from?
He goes, I'm pretty sure I got this from one of those wolves.
Yeah, you probably get rid of that. They're only good when they're fresh.
You don't want it? I saved it for you.
I mean, here's the thing, bro. I appreciate the gesture, and that is really nice, but I can't eat this. Not while it's not fresh. You know?
Oh,
Like, I'll
well,
get sick and die
that's
probably because I'm already dead.
that's disappointing. Huh. So he kind of gets this gloom look on his face, and he just turns his hand over, and it drops out, and he notices that the blood is still on his hand, and he says, "Well, how about this? Shake my hand."
I'm gonna give him a hug instead.
And then he smears the blood on your face and says, "We're blood brothers now."
Was that your blood?
No, but it was the blood that we took
That's-
together.
But you're weird, man. I thought I was the weird.
Look, I had to improvise because you didn't want the heart I gave you. So I have to make use of it somehow.
Right.
So this is how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know how you want me to feel, because how I feel right now isn't good. And I can't be here right now.
Think
So I
you
don't-
just
I
need to
don't know what to do.
rest. And in the morning,
I'm not staying
you'll
anywhere
feel
near
much
there,
better.
so where I rest, who knows?
Well, wherever you rest, I follow, so.
Well, because you're following me out of town, bro. Are you sure?
Wherever
I'm
you
about to
rest,
go
I
out-
follow.
I'm about to go out in the wilderness, sir. Okay. Then we'll go to some outskirts of town.
Okay, and
Oh.
remind you, this is all a desert area.
Yep, that's why I'm trying to find some like cliffy thingy or some place by water. I don't know. Yeah.
Alright, so you're way up there.
I don't even.
Okay.
I don't even know where Zaratoth is.
Speaking of the devil. Alright. So once you get there, what are you going to do? Make camp?
Yeah. I have like basic camping stuff.
Alright, so Dead Wolf and Zara apparently just camp out here. And what are the ladies doing?
We're chilling at the inn. I'm gonna pay for us a night.
Yeah.
I paid for Dead Wolf and Zara a night too, just in case they come back.
Oh, you don't have to pay? Haha, not today, no.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
Aha!
Oh, there we go. I fixed it, I think. Might have messed up. Hold on. Okay, now we're fixed. We're good.
What?
Sorry, you were freaking out on my screen. Your head was just like.
Oh no.
Okay. So, you guys go into bed then?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, next morning comes, everybody feels physically refreshed.
Okay, so quick. Do you notice me leave in the middle of the night after you
Shit,
leave?
motherfucking goddamn it, Z's!
No.
Okay, well I'm gone in the morning. So you...
So I wake up, my blood brother betrayed me. Inconceivable. Unforgivable.
And then I come back with some fish. I got breakfast.
Damn it, Dead Wolf, I thought you abandoned me.
You okay, Alma?
I thought you abandoned me, Dead Wolf.
This fucking got some fish, man. Calm down. I thought about it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I thought about leaving and never coming back, and just traveling and getting stronger and stronger.
Well, then who would bring you back to life?
Me, hopefully, if I'm lucky.
I don't think
go
you
back
have
to
the
the-
kind of magic I possess.
Just go back to the way things were. Somehow it worked before. I always came back before. Before I met you.
Let's eat. Alright, so Dead Wolf and Zara are chowing down. What are the ladies doing other than having a heart attack?
Because I jump scared Alma.
I figured as much.
I'm going downstairs and ordering me and Alma some food.
I'll go downstairs with her. Between that and the freaking thunder outside. Okay.
Alright, so you guys order food, and the server leaves a letter with Kafir's plate.
Oh. I see the letter and I grab it and I open it.
Okay. It reads, "Good morning, dearie. I know that we were going to perhaps talk some more, but I had urgent business back at the coven, and I just wanted to wish you a farewell and good luck. Should you ever have any interest in talking to the master, feel free to come by. I know as we spoke last night, you may have... Your magic isn't quite as ours, not quite as the Fae's. I do counsel that perhaps you seek out the Fae to learn a little bit more about that side and become very strong. Perhaps one day you can become the master. But just an old witch's dream of hope and prosperity for you." And it ends.
I fold the letter back up and then start eating or waiting for. Wait, did the food come back out already?
Yeah. She brought the letter
okay,
with the
that
food.
With the food. Okay, yeah. Duh. And I start eating my food.
Alright, so everybody finishes eating. Zara and Dead Wolf have finished their fish. And Zara says, "You know, we stood somebody up yesterday."
Also, I didn't rest, so I still look half dying from necrotic damage.
Why aren't you better?
Probably because I didn't sleep.
Why didn't you sleep?
Because there's a lot on my mind, as you know.
You need to rest, my friend.
I mean, probably, but that doesn't stop me from not being able to, even though I need to. You know.
Yes. I mean, I can help you if you'd prefer.
How long can you not rest and have necrotic damage in this?
Well, so what happens is after 24 hours of no resting, you get an exhaustion level. I think your exhaustion goes up to 3 before you pass out.
Okay, so it's just like it's just bad.
Yeah, and per each exhaustion level, you have deficits to your stats and stuff.
Yeah, I liked it. Cuts everything. the dookie. Okay.
Yeah, that Dr. Pepper looks so good. I couldn't tell you the last time I had one, and it looks amazing. God.
I drink one because I have a headache really bad right now.
I had to cut out dark sodas. Yeah, what I left earlier, that was me getting migraine medicine. So, got it.
Deadwolf, you must rest.
Yeah.
BRB.
I mean, you're definitely right, but I can't sleep.
I can help you if you like.
What do you mean?
Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna try to do is persuade you. So I need to roll a persuasion.
Oh, cool. Could you, like, forcefully persuade me to, like, sleep?
Basically, with persuasion, I can talk you into changing your mindset and perhaps getting some sleep. I can't forcibly make you sleep, but I can make you think about it differently to where you feel that sleep is a good idea and something that you should definitely try for, if I make it.
Okay. Okay.
So let me get here. Persuasion.
Whoa.
And then what do I...
So basically,
that?
I'm going through a spiel to you. I'm
Yeah.
going, you know, we really need you to be healthy. You really need to sleep. Everything's fine. I'll make sure that you're fine. And basically, he's trying to comfort you to calm you down. Let me check something.
I mean, I think I'm calm. Like, I made...
Well, I mean, you're not calm enough to sleep, right?
It's more like... Well, I guess it would... Like, it's more like anxiety and depression. You can't kind of sleep.
Right. And that's what I'm
What
trying
is
to
that?
calm away from you. But let me see what you would roll against that.
Because it's like it's something that's out of my, you know. So I don't. Know what that is.
Okay. Roll a charisma save.
Oh, there's some charisma. Where are you? It's 2.
Okay.
Oh, well, that would mean that you made me feel better, right?
Yes, so Zara Toth talking to you, it makes you feel less anxious, less depressed about the situation, and after a few minutes of talking and getting relaxed in this way, your eyes start to get sleepy, and now you can make the choice of whether or not you're going to sleep. Although you do think it's a good idea now.
Right. Well, I mean, I didn't think it wasn't a bad idea. So what would we do if I fall asleep and I start having nightmares that would wake me up? Would I need to roll to stay asleep?
If you fall asleep, I can roll for the nightmares to see if they occur. And then if they do...
They're definitely occurring, bro.
The dice will decide that, brah.
Okay, first off, the chemicals in my body are deciding.
Which are controlled by the dice.
The chemicals in a
Chemicals are
metaphorical character. I'm trying to portray.
Are dice.
Okay, so you do have a bad dream. So roll a Constitution check. You shrug it off. Go back to sleep. You only need to sleep 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you sleep for the 4 hours. You wake up feeling physically better.
All the necrotic damage gone.
Yep, and you're full, healed back up to full.
Okay.
All right, so while he was sleeping for that extra 4 hours, what are the ladies doing for those 4 hours?
I think we should go talk to that magic guy. 'Cause I don't know when Deadwolf Zaratos is gonna be back.
Good, yeah, I'll ask about just like new staffs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you two make it over to the merchant and his brother, and they both at the same time, in perfect harmony. Greetings.
Hello. I'm here to talk to you about magic, weapons.
Oh yes, we should have some of those. What are you looking for?
I always carried, daggers or rapiers.
Ah, daggers and rapiers. Do you have a preference?
Either or.
All right. Well, you're a little one, so let's look at the daggers first.
And my friend, she always carried a staff.
Oh, staffs. Yes, we definitely have staffs as well. Let's head over here, look at the daggers, and then we can show her the staffs if that's all right.
Hey.
All right. So here we have our non-magical, and he points out a rack of like 5 daggers. And then under that, we have our magical, which he points out 2 daggers.
What do these magic daggers do?
Ah, yes, okay. So this one here, and he picks up the first one. If you do this, he throws it. And then you speak the word Shamalama Moo.
No, you
No, you cannot say that. That's wrong, Zara.
What is it?
Shamalama Moo.
Shamalama.
You know I
cannot
say
say
that.
that.
Shamalama.
It will return to you.
I just wouldn't be able to remember that shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I did it right either.
And this other dagger, once per day, upon penetration, can cast a fireball inside of your enemy.
How much
is the second?
400 gold.
He said one time a day. Cast the fireball into my enemy.
Yes. Guaranteed hit. As long as you hit.
How much does it do damage-wise?
So, I mean, he's not going to be able to tell you numbers, but he'll say, oh, it's just like a beginner's fireball.
What about rapiers? After we look at the staffs.
Oh, yes, let's move on to the staffs. All right. So here you have your non-magical staffs, and there's a row of about 6 of them. And the quality goes from left to right. And over here, he has 3. These are our magical staffs. So this first one can shrink and expand. It'll shrink down to 6 inches and expand up to 6 feet. Our second one will allow you to heal yourself once per day. And the third staff is the Staff of Thunder, which will do a thunderous boom upon impact once a day.
And what would the prices be of like, if you could just give me of like each of those three, just go down the list from that first one when it shrinks and expands.
Oh, that's easy. They're all 300 gold apiece.
If you want to show her the rapiers, those are fine. I'll pick on these ones.
Alright. Step right over here. Here we have our rapiers. I'm guessing you just want to know the magical ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, our first one is also a returning one, but it uses the keyword of Kia.
Kia!
Our second rapier is the rapier of vanishing. So basically, you can make it disappear at any time and call it back into existence. The third rapier we have, well, I don't know that you'd be interested in this one.
I want to hear about it.
I don't know. It's not that great.
I want to hear about it.
Well, you see, this rapier is the rapier of 1,000 stabs. And if you hit your target, it will paralyze them for about 5 seconds.
How much are these?
So the first two are 400 gold. The rapier of 1,000 stabs is 800 gold.
I don't quite have that much. Maybe I need to win some arenas first. Let me see. But I might take up that magic dagger.
Oh yeah? Which one would that be?
The one that casts a fireball onto mine.
Oh, yes, yes. Here. Have a look. And he hands it to you. As you hold it, it feels really warm. Not hot, but really warm.
I ask if I get any discount with my sigil.
Yes, that's absolutely with the discounts. Typically, these would be 800 gold apiece. Magic is very expensive, you know.
Okay, let me think on it and I'll get back to you.
No problem. Visit us anytime.
I did have a question. The staff that shrinks and expands, does it do anything besides shrink and expand?
I mean, if you hit somebody on the head, it hurts. But also, because it shrinks and expands, you can use it to prop things. You can use it to surprise attack people. You can use it to push them away from you. I mean, it has many uses, up to your imagination.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, you're welcome.
I will also think, and we will be back.
One more question.
Of course.
Do you have any magic short swords?
He seems to think for a minute. You know, short swords aren't really used around here. I don't think we do. Sorry.
Okay, it was a nice try. How much would it cost to get magic put on one of my shorts?
It would also cost 400 gold. Depending if it's better magic, then it might be higher, but the standard would be about 400.
What standard magic could you put on it?
Well, we could do a returning spell. We can also do a healing spell. And we can do a fireball spell.
Yeah, let me think. Get back to you.
Not a problem.
Alright, and I go over to confer and say, well, whenever you're done looking, I'm ready.
I'm done.
Should we go back to the inn and wait for the guys?
Yeah, we can do that.
'Cause I
Hopefully
don't
they'll
know where
return
they went.
soon.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna come back. I guess we head back to the inn.
Alright, so you guys head back to the inn. You guys chill for a while, and after 4 hours, Dead Wolf is now, yes, awake and rested.
What do you suppose we do there, Zar?
Well, I don't know about you, but I think we've got to figure out our next steps. I know you wanted to look at weapons and armor, and don't you have some armor to pick up?
Yeah, it's not for me. So, possibly? Yes?
I think maybe we
Yes.
head there and then maybe back to the inn and figure out what we're going to do next.
I suppose so.
All right, so you guys head over to the merchant. He is there with his brother, and in perfect harmony. Greetings.
Cha cha cha.
Oh yes, you had the armor. It's ready for you.
Oh shoot. What was I supposed to do for the armor?
You were supposed to pay him money.
What, like how much though?
100 gold?
Uh-oh.
Well, I guess, I'm gonna have to figure that out, aren't I?
Yes, I have it ready. Do you have our money?
Yeah, but first I need to trade some stuff with.
Oh, yes. What would you like to trade today?
Well, I have some weapons that I sell ya. Um, what kind of things would he buy? Like, or is that like I ask him like, what kind of things do you? What's something you really like? I mean, other than obviously weapons.
Well, anything we can use for armor, weapons, ammo.
Oh, you know what? I guess I could now is actually sell him that heavy armor that I had before. How much will you buy this for?
Ah, yes, I'll give you 30 gold for that.
Okay, and then what will you give me for a great axe and 2 battle axes?
Ah, may I see them?
Yep. And I'll drop the great axe on the counter, I put both battle axes on the counter.
Alright, so he starts inspecting them. Not magical, but decent quality. Not the best, but not the worst. I'll give you 30 for the great axe and 20 apiece for the battle axes.
Okay, so 30, 60. Okay, that's like exactly 100. Okay. I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, about that. Buy from you. Here's 100 gold for that.
Ah, yes, perfect. And he goes back, he gets the armor, and he brings it out to you and says, now be careful not to touch the green bits.
That's the spots that get you.
Yes,
So how do you wear it without touching that stuff?
we have it inside out here so that you can handle it, but if you grab it wrong, then, well, just be prepared for a shock.
Okay, so and like what is it capable of doing? It's just like anything that touches it is shock.
So anything that conducts electricity, or, for example, any metallic weapons, any hands, claws, teeth, the things that won't affect it, of course, are range attacks, attacks with wooden objects, and stuff like that. And yes,
Right.
it's basically 1d6. No, sorry, 1d3 points of damage for every hit.
Okay. Sorry, did you say you were looking a mace?
Yes, it would be nice to have a new mace. Shopkeep, can you show me your magical maces? Of course, right over here. So he does it, and he's looking at him, and he says, all right, we've got 3 maces here. We've got the Mace of Returnal, which will return it to you anytime. We have the Mace of Healing, which will amplify any healing spell you do. And then we have the Mace of Destruction, which will amplify any damage you do. Ah, okay, well,
Those sound cool.
tell me about the Mace of Healing. Ah, yes, that mace is 400 gold, and what it'll do is anytime you heal, it'll glow and pour its energy into you, adding an extra bit of healing. Yes. As much as I need to heal, I think that's probably a good idea. I think I will go ahead and purchase that. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And because you're our first magic customer of the day, we're going to throw in this bag for you. Oh, a bag. Okay. So Zara hands him 400 gold. He gets his mace, and he gets his bag. And he looks at him and says, or looks at the shopkeeper and says, okay, so what's this bag do? Well, put your mace in it.
It's a baggie of holy stuff.
So he opens it up, he puts his mace in there, and he's surprised as the mace is actually going in there. Okay, now, to get it out, think of a mace and reach your hand in the bag. So he does, and he pulls out the mace. Wow, this is quite interesting. I thank you. Of course, of course. But tell your friends Magic items are only the best here. Why yes, I can do that.
Do you have any like scimitars or rapiers?
Yes, we do have some rapiers and some scimitars. Over here, we have the rapiers. We have
It's
the
like
rapier of vanishing, which lets you make it disappear and come back at will. We have the rapier. Shit, I can't remember what the second one was.
Is the
Thousand
thousand
Stabs.
stabbies?
No, that's the third one.
To vanish and call it back into existence.
That's the one I just said.
No, there was one where you made it vanish and had to say Kia.
That's the returnal. Okay.
That's
So
yeah, that was the first one.
the second rapier we have is the rapier of returnal. You can throw it and say Kia, and it'll come back to you. And then the third one, you wouldn't really be interested in.
Why?
It's just not. It's just not that interesting.
I mean, is it just a regular rapier?
No, it's a magical rapier, but no, it's not for everybody.
I mean, what is it? Like, what is it? What does it do?
All right, it's the rapier of 1,000 stabs. Basically, if you stab somebody with it, they'll be paralyzed for about 5 seconds.
Why do you think that's useless or not that good?
Well, you see, the magic on it is a little more powerful, and it costs quite a bit more. And so most people don't really want to pay that kind of money for a rapier.
Okay. What about centaurs?
Ah, yes, scimitars. We have 2 scimitars. The first one is the Scimitar of Returning. That's a very popular spell here, you see. And the second one is the Scimitar of Fire. If you slash somebody with it once a day, it'll cast a fireball with inside of their body.
That's cool. How much is that one?
That one is 400 gold.
How much is just a regular centaur?
Just a bare bone for beginners scimitar?
Yep, just a regular scimitar.
Well, we have this one over here for about 5 gold.
Okay, I need that.
Alright.
I need one of those.
So you give... I'm sorry, I was distracted by Alma doing the zombie walk. So you give him 5 gold and he gives you the scimitar.
Oh, this down.
Yeah, I don't know if Zara knows, but I sold all my axes.
You sold your axes?
All of them.
Oh my god.
So that I could pay for Alma's armor. Or Kafur's armor.
Mine?
I'm gonna
But if you didn't notice that, then you didn't
Hold
notice
on.
it.
I'm gonna roll a perception on that. Let me just see if he noticed. Oh, he fucking noticed.
Yep.
So he looks at the shopkeep. Yes. Do you think I could buy those axes that he just sold you?
No. I look at Zara and I'm just like, nah. No, we don't need them.
You do need them, though.
No, we don't need them.
How do you not
Look at me.
need them?
Look at me, we don't need them. They're useless. They're useless
Oh,
for me.
okay,
We don't need them.
okay. Well, very well.
Is that because of the rolls he had today?
Thank you, though. They're
No,
useless.
it's because he can return them to him at word.
Well, no, so I can only return one of them to me, but I'm not going to.
It's because he's still undefeated.
Nope, that's not why.
You still need weapons, brah.
That's
And
why
a
I just
little
bought it.
scimitar?
Well, I just bought a shitty scimitar.
Oh my god. What? Okay, your call.
Here,
Your call.
Here, you want to see why? There's a plus. Did that only do the damage? Oh, because I did it. Yeah. See? That's why, sir. That's why.
Alright.
So, because the axes are all strength based.
Hmm.
I'm not very strong.
Alright. So,
But now you put a dex weapon in my hand, things start to look a little different.
so I guess with that, we'll make our way then. Alright, so we, I guess, head back to the inn, Mr. Deadwolf?
Sure.
Alright. So, Deadwolf and Zara make their way back to the inn. I know that Kafir and Alejandra are at the inn, but what are they doing?
I'm just chilling in the lobby near the bar. Like,
in, like at the inn that we could see, chilling there, drinking, eating.
yeah, and just chilling to see if people like come in, waiting to see if y'all come in. Like, I'm just like seeing who all comes in and seeing if like any of the people from the fight yesterday or like the wolf guy or any people that we've seen before just like come in and whatnot.
Alright, well it's still early afternoon. This place doesn't really bustle until the evening. So I would say not many people have come in and out. But after some time, you notice Deadwolf and Zara walk in.
Zaratoth, Deadwolf, there y'all are.
As soon as I see Kafir, because I have to be super careful with this freaking armor. I'm gonna walk over to him and be like, Kafir, the armor that I had to make for you is done. Do you want?
You asked if I wanted it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. So we gotta be careful when you put it on, because if anything touches these, they're gonna get shocked. So if anything tries to hurt you, mostly anything. If it's made out of wood, it won't really do nothing. But like if any creature or metal tries to, it'll shock them back.
Against Pinocchio. Got it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, not so. So we might just need to stay away from those little things.
Alright, so I'll take the armor, put it on. What do I need to do anything to my character sheet?
So yes.
You have to be very careful putting it on because the front side is coated with that hide. So if you touch it with your bare hands, obviously you'll shock yourself. But essentially, anytime somebody hits you with a non-conductive weapon, it won't do anything. But if they hit you with a conductive weapon like metal, teeth, claws, hands, etc., it'll do 1d3 damage. So basically, you just want to remember or put down on your sheet that attacks will do 1d3 damage unless non-conductive.
Okay, so if enemy attacks me, right?
Yes.
They themselves will be hit with a 1d3.
Yep.
They will be hit with 1d3 unless conduct damage. And just to make
Base.
sure, conduct damage is like your magic type stuffs, like
Well, if it's anything ranged, obviously they're not making a physical connection, so it won't be conductive. Anything wood, anything like stone. Basically, if electricity can't pass through something, it doesn't hit them. Alright, so Alma, you now have your armor. And I would say, yeah, it's still about afternoon, but you guys get settled in, and I think this is where we will call it for the day.
Sounds good to me.
You wear a hat, they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in a hat. You just like clubbing in clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3, I be missed for the road. My oldest like counting racks. You wear a hat, they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in a hat.